It's raw. It's uncensored. It's live 24/7. It's chaoticradio.com.
You're cruising on a motorcycle to another dimension and time. A dimension not only of beer and rock and roll, but of twisted minds and sexy women. A wild journey of crazy imagination that has no boundaries. There's a warning, a sign up ahead. Your next stop.
All right, we are back. It is that time of the month. What time of the month is it, Chris?
It is Biker Alley.
There you go. Go live. Okay. Of course, I mean, it's usually, it figures that I usually have the Mevo. Mevo's a trip. I love it. I hate it. I mean, it does. I like it because I mean, at least like we can get on Facebook and we're all good to go. But fuck, for God's sake, dude, it's like hooking this thing up, man, is a pain in the ass. I mean, that's like trying to get my girl to like drive well.
You're digging yourself into this one, aren't you?
That's okay.
Yeah, my brother says there's stereotypes for a reason.
Right? That's okay though, because she drove home on January 5th.
It's okay. I brought a shovel for you so you can dig yourself out.
Right? Okay, so we're all good to go. I got the Mevo up, and let me put ourselves up on the screen right here. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. And there's the widescreen, and
There we are.
we are good to go.
Boom.
Awesome. Boom. And we've already got people chiming in. All right, very good.
Down with the militia.
All right. If I just put my phone, so I'm trying to figure out different ways to put my phone to where it like gets more of the audio. You know what I mean? So I think if we back off on our mics a little bit and then we talk a little bit louder, I don't know. We'll give it a shot and see what happens.
Yeah.
You want to hear my thing about the Mevo?
I can't even hear you, sweetie.
God damn it!
God damn it!
Can you hear me now?
I cannot hear you now.
Don't damn him. What did he do to you?
Fuck this shit!
Lena's in the house,
Our audio is.
and I haven't done anything wrong yet,
You can't. They took all your controls away.
right?
Our
I'm
audio
gonna bring you
sounds
one of
great.
these. I got an extra stand I ordered from Amazon. So there's these little cool little stands you put the phone in. You put it either way. I'm gonna bring you one next time.
Oh, okay.
And you can adjust the angle and everything, and then so you're not holding it,
Oh,
and it doesn't cover the speakers or anything.
oh, right on.
pick
Okay,
it up.
since I can't figure out that, this is why I hate Mevo. You ready?
I'm ready.
Give it
Because
to
it's
me.
not plugged into the soundboard like the YouTube is, so it's kind of annoying.
Tube.
Yeah, I agree. So, I mean, if you guys do want great audio, then you might want to click on the YouTube
Wow, that made me look
channel.
wide.
And,
Jesus fucking Christ! I'm
wow, look at you.
I quit.
What do you do?
I look fat as fuck.
Yeah, what do you do? I'm just playing. Oh. I love you. You are.
I think he needs that shovel now.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Nothing else for her to hit him in the head with.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing because we're her boys, we're her guys. That's whenever she does it, she's always like
I lost fucking 40 pounds at you.
my
I'm not
boys.
fat. That camera's
What do you call it? Your boys, right?
You're my boys.
Yeah. We're her boys. She loves. I think she loves. She's a glutton for punishment. She likes to come in and be abused.
Why is this
At least by me.
By you.
Dave Rask. Oh no, Zig. No with no control.
No mute button.
Yeah, no, never.
For him.
So we do have a new thing, Lena. So like when Mike or whoever's on their phone or Jordy or whatever, then or Scott, they can read the things because I'm always having to do this.
Well, maybe
But wow,
take
they're clicking on. They're clicking in.
I
They're
know.
clicking in.
We got
That's
like 3 No, actually, a 12. That's pretty
Right,
stout.
and in less than a minute.
Yeah.
one thing is like, because as instructors, right? Okay, well, I just want to.
Instructors.
I want to make sure because there's one no that when before you teach on a weekend, okay, there's a no. Don't manscape on Friday. All right, it's just a no because when you're walking, I'm telling you, I manscaped on Friday. And I was up in Adelano with Jordy. Jordy's on the hallway right now.
You needed the ice to cool your skin. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well,
'Cause
it's
was
not.
snowing.
Wait, I hit the right
there
button.
you go.
There you go.
Yay! Yay!
I just gave a kid because I figured out how to do it, you asshole.
Yay! Lena,
Yep. 20,
love you.
24 years
Lena
old.
horns. You got it down.
Yeah, just like that.
So it's not the frontal lobes. Okay,
Love it when a woman knows her button.
Yeah.
it is. It's the back door. I'm telling you, dude. I was sitting there and
Oh, jeez.
I'm in
Already?
my I'm
We have
in
to
my
get into this already.
I'm in my instructor position, dude. I'm telling you, man, I had to itch. I was like, oh my god, man. And it's like I got to itch, and it's like one of those itches where you really got it. I mean, when you're sitting there, you got to itch really, really bad. It's like you're digging for gold or something, I'm like, oh man, I couldn't hold out. I had student comes, he's on my, and I'm like, that's it, man. I started itching, and so we get to a break. He walks up to me. He says, he says, hey, he goes, hey, Zig, a little soap and water help that. I'm like, dude, I'm manscaped, man. I had an itch, and I just couldn't wait, man. I just couldn't do it. So.
Oh, boy.
That's just a little heads up
That
for
was a
you
lot of
new
too much.
for you new instructors.
TMI.
Don't manscape before you teach. Lee Parks is probably like going, oh jeez.
All my sound bites that tell you to F off is not even on the computer anymore.
Yeah, I know. A lot of the stuff has
All the
disobeyed.
years I
wiped
worked
out.
on all that.
You know what? Lee might say that, but he's going to be all.
What
but
happened
it's
to the
Zig.
finger?
Yeah, true.
So,
True.
we
all
we
the
kind of
good
know what's in the
stuff's
package when we do with those certain instructors.
Right?
The Zig package, you get special things with it.
you
Right?
get a helmet because you're special going on the Zig Zone.
And there's always TMI. Always TMI.
Oh, why don't you tell them about your sons and the vibrator in the bathtub?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's the TMI.
Yeah, that's-
Happy 21st, buddy.
Actually, yeah, speaking of my son, yes, my son Dylan turned 21 today.
Happy birthday, Dylan.
Happy birthday, son.
Happy birthday, Dylan.
He's
Legally
it's-
have
it's-
a drink.
It's a trip because I put on Facebook and did the whole happy birthday thing and I was like, I was changing a crap diaper, and then I blinked one too many times, and now he's 21 years old.
Yeah. Scary,
You know?
isn't it?
I mean, we all have kids. We're your kids are not 21 yet, though.
21, 18.
Oh, okay.
21, 19, 18,
Well, how old?
14, and 14.
You said 41?
No. 21.
Oh, I thought you said 41. I'm like going, holy shit,
No,
dude. When did
14.
you start? Like at 3?
Yeah. I wish, dude. Some days you wish they were older so you can just be done, but then you're like, you see younger kids, you're like, kind of miss that, They're
no.
small.
Are you crazy?
America Mike's got
dug it,
grandkids. America Mike's got
Then you can,
grandkids.
you can restart.
He
right?
loves being a grandfather. We went to the Angels game, and I met his daughter
Rachel.
and the little babies, and he was like, forget the baseball game. He was just loving his little granddaughters.
There was a grandson and a granddaughter
Oh, I'm sorry.
at that one.
Okay, grandson and granddaughter. Okay,
I have a grandson.
do you really?
I do. Yeah. Conrad, he's 6 now. Yeah. Crazy, huh?
Wait, hold on. Your wife is like 1 year older than me. What the hell?
Previous marriage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, my wife just chimed in. She said 21, 18, 17, and 2 14-year-olds.
Wow,
Yeah.
See what happens?
wow, five kids.
5 boys.
Man, Beth, you look fabulous. I have a couple of friends that have spit out 4 kids, and it's like, wow, you look like you spit out 4 kids.
Well, To be honest, 2 are hers and 3 are mine. We're like the Walshes. We have a blended family.
Blended family.
Beth, you still
Brady Bunch.
you still
But you know
look
what, dude?
fabulous.
I treat all the boys the same. And I have a favorite one, but they don't know which one that is.
And keep it that way.
Oh, that's the sibling rivalry, man. Yeah, my boys, they do the same thing. Dylan's thing is like, oh, Drake's adopted. Yeah, you know.
That's the one you're talking about.
Yes, yeah, that's right. That was the game that we were at. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
One of them.
One of them. That's nice.
I recognize that suite.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So yeah, speaking of that suite, January 5th, we all America might treat us to the Supercross, which thank you very much, brother.
Yes.
Hey,
thank you.
always
That
a
was
pleasure.
absolutely fantastic. I mean, that's my 4th time at in the Gene Autry suite. I'm telling you, I was when we were walking before we got to the little special door, right?
Yeah.
I was telling the girls, I said, okay, now you're going to know how the rich and famous, watch a Supercross.
How
you
the
know?
friends of the rich and famous get to watch Supercross.
So today we're VIP, baby. And it was funny because you said you had the issue with the parking. We came
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
The guy, the first guy at the little hut thing,
Yeah.
right? All right. I said, yeah, we're VIP. He goes, okay. And I got me in the car behind. Okay, what's your name? All right, John Springer. All right, very good. And he looked, okay, very good.
You just called yourself out. I don't have a dump button.
I did, but see, it was very quick, so that nobody probably caught that, unless
I
they're
did.
gonna rewind. But anyways, then we get to the guy that's like directing
Right.
traffic, right? And I'm like, okay, yeah, VIP, me in the car behind us, and the VIP thing's right in front of us,
Yeah.
right? And he's like, okay, what's the name? And I told him, and he goes, and he's like, no, we don't have you. And I go, well, the other guy just sent me in. And he's like going, and he's looking, and then I guess he looked at the other guy because I seen him do this. And I guess the guy gave him like a thumbs up or something. He's like, okay, well, all right, well, let's stop traffic. And then he literally just like, oh, everybody, rap. You know what I mean? I'm like, going, yeah,
And then
see,
directed you
that's
through.
right. Let's,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was great. The race, it was kind of like lightly raining, so it makes for the tarmac to be a little on the gooey side,
was
a
muddy.
little loose. So to break out, get the rear end to break loose a little bit. And then when it started actually raining on the main event, it was funny because we're sitting up there. We got like the heat coming down. We had nice cold beers. And we're all nice and dry. We're looking at
Seats with arms.
a sea of what they called the little
The ponchos.
Ponchos.
We had the ponchos on.
Yeah, I've been there, done that so many times. Like, be in all that wet and uncomfortable mess. So, thank you, Mike. Again, that was
Yeah.
more than generous of
awesome.
you to
Thanks,
do that.
Mike. I really appreciated getting invited and going. I really do appreciate it.
All right, you're in for next year. Listen, I wasn't here the last
Oh, the show,
show
before we went.
Either
before
was
that
I.
to arrange everything. Well, so it just happened the way it happened.
And it was awesome. Yes,
Cool.
had a great time. It was funny when we were walking out back to the truck midway. My son calls me, "Where are you at?" I'm all, "Well, I'm walking out." He's all, "What's taking you so long?" And I'm all, "Well, we're saying goodbye to everybody." And he's all, "Well, I'm standing at the truck and I'm soaking wet."
Not my fault you left the confines of the overhang.
And I said, "Well, didn't you have a poncho on?" "Well, yeah, it tore while I was sitting in my seat, so I just took it off." And I said, "So the smart thing would be to go walk back to the stadium and stand where it's dry rather than standing out in the rain and waiting for me to come,
right.
Oh, he was just and he was
Kids.
kind of sick. Yeah, I had kids. That's my 17-year-old, and so
they haven't got a lick
He
of
was
sense.
pissy, and he was our disappointed driver too. So Chrissy and I had a little buzz going on, and so he was just me bickering the whole way. And
All right, so next year, I'm not listening to anybody, and we're getting it catered.
hell yeah,
Yes, I absolutely agree.
and bar.
I absolutely
Well, that's
agree.
part of it.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
part of
yeah,
it,
it was
yeah.
ridiculous. I mean, we were like, really? Why not? Because this is everything's there. You don't have
Right.
to go anywhere.
Well, plus, I mean, the money we spent at the concession stand
ridiculous.
was actually more than if we would have got it
Oh, yeah.
catered. Literally.
Ding.
Broke
I
it up.
spent a couple $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
The first round of drinks, just 2 drinks
redonkulous.
for Christy and I was $42 plus a tip,
Yeah.
and that was two doubles. You know, but the guy he kept pushing the double. He's it's way cheaper if you get a double. You know, and we put it in one glass. I'm like, okay, give me a double. Yeah,
Yeah, that actually sounds
$42.
like Anthony and I going to any bar. Our first round will be $40.
Right?
But it was awesome. The experience was great.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get my pick in early next year. Maybe we'll get the second one instead of the first. But, I mean, you guys tell me which one you'd rather see.
A1's always the best. I
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
first
And
one
I
you went
have
to?
one because
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
everybody in the industry is there. So we got there. Beth and I got there early, so we got the pit pass, so we can go cruise around. Because I've done that almost every year forever. So we got there 12:30 somewhere in there, and
Hey, you guys were there early. You spent the whole day there, huh?
yeah, dude, we can get your money's worth
You
for
wanna
sure.
go?
Go and check it all out. So it
All right,
was.
next year.
It was great, man. It was. I hadn't been in about 9 years. I used to go pretty much religiously, and my dad started taking me in the late '70s, and used to go like
Thompson
every year.
Oh, yeah.
A1 was Anaheim 1 was always the go-to race because that sets the whole season.
Yes.
Like who did their homework, who didn't,
Yeah.
who's going to be the top dog coming out for that race because that's going to be who you're chasing.
All I know is that Chad Reed needs to retire.
Chad Reed.
I love him. He's always been.
Hold
cheers,
on,
guys.
hold on. To Justin.
To Justin.
Yes,
Justin,
to
yes.
Justin.
He needs to retire. I'm just saying.
Well, if you can still ride, it's kind of
And yeah, if you're still getting paid for it, well, it's kind of like this MotoGP. I mean, Rossi, he needs to retire. But
somebody else a
he's-
chance.
Yeah, but he's still a conglomerate,
Tom-
right? I
Tom
mean, is that
Brady.
the right word? Is it or not a
He's still
conglomerate?
a contender.
What's the word I'm looking?
That's the one you want.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
The guy's in industry.
Yeah, so he's still he's still a moneymaker. So all these guys are there going, what the hell? Because when me and American Micro watch the MotoGP, it's like a sea of yellow. You know,
yeah.
you know. So yeah,
High
what the
vis,
hell?
yes.
We still got it.
he
To watch
finished-
that.
We have one more. Yeah, we still got. I think the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
VR
I'm heading to
46
Reno
high
tomorrow,
vis,
but I'll
yes.
be back
Yes.
after that.
We haven't been.
high vis.
I meant to call you on Saturday. See if you were doing something on yesterday, and I just completely forgot about
Didn't
it.
matter. I was doing something.
Oh,
yesterday.
were you? Okay.
I went
And
to go see
then,
Wicked.
oh, did you? How was that?
Great. It's the second time.
Is it? I
fun.
want to take
like
Otsko to a. She's never been to a play. You know, and I would just
Neither have
I used to go to them, you know, a lot. You know, one of my favorite ones was what was it? The animal one, the Lion King.
Lion King.
Wow, that one was phenomenal. I mean, the way they just had, you know, the animals coming through walking down the aisles and everything, and it was just, man, it was like the whole place was the Lion King.
It was an
Yeah, I buy the
experience.
season
Yeah.
at the Pantages. So
yeah.
Christy and Kinsey just went and saw Wicked last weekend, Sunday. And,
Should we do
and
the whole-
It was pretty awesome. They came back there all ecstatic about it. So.
Should we do the sing along to the Lion King? The Circle of Life.
I don't think you want to hear my voice.
No, Chris is gonna sing for his neighbor.
Yes, and Zig's band's gonna play.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Which band
Yeah,
this
we
time?
need to have my band go over there and just jam out.
Which
That'd
band?
be awesome.
The loudest
Deep.
one, Knuckles Deep.
That's my band. I mean, you know,
I love it.
Visions is not around anymore.
Balls,
Yeah.
12 years.
Balls Deep is good, too.
With Visions.
Dicks, I love you.
Yeah, I was kind of like when I first joined the band. I'm like, going, why is it Knuckles Deep? Why isn't I said that? I said, why is it not Balls Deep? Knuckles Deep. They said Balls Deep was taken. And I'm like, going, yeah, but Knuckles Deep kind of sounds a little
gay.
gay. Well, you know, what do you do?
My goodness. Wow.
But you know, love my band. You know, except Johnny, the guitar player. He's an asshole.
Come on.
Damn,
Let's all,
Johnny.
let's all sing it by
I'm
Crowley.
just kidding, Johnny.
Come on.
Oh no.
You know, me and my buddy Vince, my boys Nino, when we were roommates years when this came out, I'm telling you, every Friday, dude, and our friends, you know, would just die watching us. Like, because the third weekend every month, I have the guys would come around my house and we just
low
like
riding.
party. You know what I mean?
And you just rock out to the Circle of Life?
And dude, we put in Lion King. We would do the whole narration throughout the movie.
but then you'll be
you
like,
know,
above your
Friday
and
night.
they're just like, what the hell?
Friday night at Zig's house.
Yeah, buddy. I love the
Take
Lion
your
King.
headset
Lion
off
Lion King was a great movie.
You know the live action's coming out, right?
Trying to swap it out.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, this chair keeps shrinking. He feels like a midget.
Deal with it. Because we're going to sing this.
Try it out.
Here's the music while they're fucking playing.
Oh, they're playing
Chinese-
musical chairs. That's what
Yeah,
you guys
while they're
are
playing
doing.
Chinese fire drill with the fucking chairs.
Somebody's at my door.
Yeah.
I'm not at the back door.
Yeah, at the back
Knocking
door.
at the back door.
There we
Ray,
go.
come on, sing it.
I hit the doorbell, but
Wait, start singing.
I'm-
It's your time. Sing it, buddy.
oh, I'm not singing shit.
Oh, yeah, you are.
No.
You know it's going to play.
Play some metal.
There's probably a metal version. When I got my dogs, every time I got them, I put them up in the air like Lion King.
Do you?
I still do it with Dexter, and he's like almost 10.
jeez.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Hi. I have matching hoodies. Me and Mike and Chris have matching hoodies. Are we cute?
When my kids were bored, I held them up and I went, Kunta Kinte.
God damn it! I knew that was going to happen.
Movie.
I will name you. But your name is Toby!
Oh my god.
Don't get me started with Roots, because I
have that.
I
on
have
DVD.
all of them. I have all of
Yeah,
them. I have
Jonathan's
Great
saying, "Come
song,
on,
yeah.
Zig, sing,
yeah,
Mini series is what that was.
yeah. I have Roots,
sing, Zig."
Roots, the
Sing.
Roots Next Generation, Queen. I have them all. It's a really good, sad story.
It is. Also, the
And of
the
course,
Color
Darth
Purple.
Vader. Oh God.
Love that movie.
Nettie.
Another good one.
There you go. And then Oprah kicks the guy's ass.
Any you guys seen Bohemian Rhapsody?
Not yet.
No.
No.
No, see, I haven't either. And I was talking to Dylan last night, and he said it's still in the theater.
Oh, really?
But you know what? It comes on DVD like
For a while.
See,
February.
I want to buy.
something.
That's the thing.
heard it's really good.
Yeah, it's. I mean, come on, it's about Queen.
Somebody said last week on Queen's
Speaking
website.
of back door,
Oh, thank you.
dum.
Why the hell?
you got the drums right here.
All right. So I thought it was. What I call it, Mike?
Koozie.
I thought it was. Yeah, I said, oh, it's a beer koozie.
Could be, I guess. I never thought
But it's actually. But he's like, no, a beer
Coaster.
coaster.
That'll hold a big
I
beer
guess
right
you
there.
could actually
Tomato,
use it as
tomato,
that,
right?
but it's actually from Bandfest and the Rose Parade stuff. So that's Remo sponsors the Bandfest, so that's actually a drum head in that little
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
box thingy.
Okay, so since I'm a drummer, and this is a drum head that actually is more than durable to have that. That's awesome. Thank you.
Welcome, man.
I wish I could have
Great.
that just to hit people
Bring-
with at work.
You know, so
Bring you a souvenir.
So Chris Walsh is going to be filling in now. So I thought that was pretty fitting that you're joining us, and we're. I mean, obviously we all have fond memories of Justin, but
Have you guys brought up that?
one thing that it was kind of weird is because I kind of like met both of you guys. It was just kind of like a freak thing. Yours was Facebook because Justin actually hooked us up on Facebook. And
Yeah.
it was about Loud Pipes Save Lives. And then you were saying something, I was saying something, and James Sanner was saying something else. And we're like, and you and I kept going, well, show us the article, prove it. You know?
Yeah.
We still love you, James. I'm just saying. I'm just kind of going back in history how we met. And then we just kind of instantly hit it off. And then
Well, Justin said told me to call in. Well, call in the
Oh,
show.
that's
And I
right, yes.
called the show, and I
That's
was
right.
like, that's how it all really started. So I'm like, all right,
and then
and I'm here live.
you kind of joined the group too, and then we kind of became friends on Facebook.
And what really what really brought us together was when I was at Isle of Man, and you were the one always commenting, and you seemed so enthusiastic, about me being at Isle of Man, and I was like, man, and I watched your show previous to that. Christy and I would watch it, and so, we bought all kinds of swag, and when I came back, I'm like, you know what? I said, I need to meet Zig and bring him a gift from Isle of Man because you were just so ecstatic about it, So when Christy and I came to your shop that day, I mean, it was, I believe that God puts people in your lives for a reason, and I'm not a real gospel, kind of guy, but it was just fitting, and then we just all just connected, from there, and then meeting Justin, I met him at the PDWs and then the show, and in the short time that I knew Justin, I just felt that connection, that bond, and so yeah, it's
Yeah, I was like really surprised when you guys showed up, and I'm like, so I recognized you, and I'm like, wow, what the hell, hey, how's it going, and then he handed me the hat, and I'm telling you, I still need to get it over to Michael's to get it. I want to get it boxed. I don't want to wear it. I wore it once, and I wore it here
on the show,
and it's been tucked away. With some of my Cowboys memorabilia, just that I don't put out. You know what I mean? Because I want to get it encased in when
they make like hat boxes or hat cases.
Yeah. So that way I can just kind of sit on.
Well, there's a
on
trophy
the-
place right across the street from my office. If they have that stuff, I can pick you up one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I bet
okay.
they do, huh?
Yeah, I'll go stop over there on tomorrow when I'm at the office.
Okay, cool. That'd be awesome.
America Mike gets it
America
done.
Mike,
And then,
bomb, man.
and then,
What I do.
and then, of course, American Mike's been, at first he was a student, then he became a customer, and now he's my
Still a
buddy. You know what I
student.
mean? And he's still a student. But the bottom line, what my point is that what brought us all together? Motorcycles.
motorcycles.
Yeah.
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 Motorbiking.
Oh, and Lena's got her Harley Davidson jacket on.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So yeah, I mean, motorcycles is just one of those things that just it's you become a family. You know what I mean? And like I met like you met when you brought what's his name. He's gonna start going to the track days with us. You brought him
Yeah,
into
Tony and Susan.
Tony and Susan, yes,
Yep, Tony and Susan.
and met them freaky at a gas station. And then next thing you know, they're going to track days, together.
Nice.
Which actually I need to get together with you so we can figure out the track day.
We just need to put together a barbecue at my house, and we can all come over, and maybe I put a keg in the kegerator, and
Oh hell yeah!
now we're talking, right?
Right?
So
Sure.
we'll barbecue, have a keg of beer, and I'll heat up the pool or the jacuzzi or whatever, or all of the above, and have a good time and talk about it.
Sounds good to me.
Plan.
Sounds good.
I won't
Make
go to
it in
track
hot
day, but I'll
tub.
come to the
Make
party.
it in the hot tub. You hear that, Mama? You ready for that? Wouldn't be the first time.
All right.
Yeah, well, definitely there's
Why
a
my neighbors don't like us.
commonality for sure is motorcycles. And you really do meet some really cool people in the motorcycle world and the motorcycle community. I always tell students, I said, really, in this state, we're only 7% of the registered vehicles in the state. So
Absolutely correct. Yeah.
it's a small percentage. And I always tell students, I said, be respectful to other riders. Doesn't matter what you're riding, respect each other because we're a small community. I said, and if you do something dumb, someone knows somebody somewhere. So,
Yeah.
don't be being dumb out there. Don't be
Right.
stupid.
And we're all in it for the same reason. It's a love, it's a passion, and regardless of what you're riding, I don't care if you're riding a scooter. You're on two wheels, right?
Yep.
And to me, it's all the same. So I don't get some of the hype with some of the clubs and stuff, and Harley Davidson, sport bike, whatever. Hey, we're all in it for the same reason.
That's right. That's right.
Definitely.
And of course, as instructors, we're in touch with every aspect of the motorcycle community.
Oh, yeah.
As
Yeah,
far as it
definitely.
doesn't matter what you ride. Like this weekend, we had when I was teaching with Jordy on Saturday in Adelano for MTS Motorcycle Training Services, we had a class that was all Harley guys and then one sport bike guy. And it was funny because I said, okay, so so what do you guys are going to write? We kind of went through it because I didn't do the classroom, so I didn't have the introduction thing. You know what I mean? We go through the class, introduce ourselves. So I'm like, okay, so what are you gonna ride? What do you ride? Well, so it's harder, and then get to the last guy, Dan, and he's like, I go, so what are you gonna ride? He goes, and he's like looking at all the other guys, a Yamaha.
A Yamaha.
Yamaha what? I'm all excited. An R6.
Yeah.
And then the other guys are like, they're looking at him like, well, what is an R6? I mean, it's a sport bike.
Well, he's
My
riding.
son's going for a track
riding a
bike.
Yeah.
Which are
Good for him.
awesome. And so when I get them prepped for day 2, since I wasn't going to teach, I give my students. I tell my students that look at your motorcycle like a clock. So if I'm riding forward, what time is it? And they think, oh, it's 12 o'clock. Okay, great. Now, when I'm going to the right, what you're going to talk about, the first thing in classroom is going to be your body position, because the thing that we did not cover today is the P in SPAT. We covered speed, we covered aim, and we covered turning. We didn't cover position, which is your lane position, your body position. Yep. We don't cover that in the first range. Right. So I kind of give them a heads up. So we're going to cover, or George's going to cover with you tomorroo in classroom. So it just gives them a better something to think about, makes it a lot easier. So your body position is going to be like this. So if your sternum is like what Ophir said, which was great. I love that during the PDW. It says your sternum even with the inside fork leg. So if you're going to the right, so now what time is it? And I go like, so if I'm riding now, what time is it now? And then they look and they're going, oh, like 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Very good. Okay, now what time is it with your head? And then I do this, and they're like, 3 o'clock. And you see the light bulbs click. You know what I mean? And it works for me. Everyone's got their own little thing. You know what I mean? But just like when you work at different sites, you pick up things. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, I like that little snippet that Chris did, or a little snippet that Mike did, or that Justin did. You know, and I take that, and it's free.
Yeah,
you know, and if it works for Mike, and I see the difference it makes in the response of the students and how they apply it, I'm like, wow, that did work. Okay, stolen.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Stole it.
Yeah.
And it's so I got them all squared away, and the guys are like going, okay, well, you know, and I always get this, there's always got to be at least one student. But this time there was a bunch of Harley guys. They're like going, well, you know, how does that work on a Harley? Because they think it's a sport bike. I said, okay, no problem. So I pull up.
Think of a digital clock.
Yes.
You moron.
I mean, because
Analog.
because the last weekend, not this past
Well, that's
weekend,
it. If you're looking
prior-
at digital clocks, which way is clockwise?
Right, that's true. Chris came in and shadowed.
Yeah.
And so he see me, because I had someone that mentioned that, well, you know, hey, I ride this. Well, why would I do this on my heart? I go, okay, watch this. And I pull up a picture of me on the track. I said, okay, here's me on my CBR 1000. And this is what I did to the students just on Saturday before I left. I said, okay, here's me on my sport, because this is typical. And everyone thinks that, okay, if you're looking at racing, think about OGP or the MM or the AMA, whatever. And they're like, yeah. Okay, now watch this. And I pull up a picture of Justin on his white Victory.
On his white Victory.
His cross country.
Yeah.
Now, look at this. And I swear, here's what the eyes do.
Fucking love that bike.
Really? And I'm like going, yeah. I swear, dude, it's not a sport bike ticket. It's a motorcycle ticket. And then I said,
all works the same way.
And now check this out. And I went to another picture, and it's Adam Herzing on his Victory, completely dragging knee.
Yeah.
Here you go. Now look at this. And they're like, what?
We at our range we have the Lee Parks Total Control book in there, and you can find those pages too, where Lee is like on an ultra and he's totally off the side of the bike,
and a gold wing too.
Yeah, and a gold wing.
Yeah. And so
he's on Axe's his Star. What does he have, that red bike? I forget.
the Valkyrie.
Valkyrie, yes.
Yes.
And he's got, you know, not only Axe's in a picture of that, but also Lee has that bike out there, and he's like just
Yeah.
Getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I mean, I just taught the Harley Davidson group this weekend, and I said it's no different. You write it the same. When I took that new Ultra Limited out of Glendale Harley Davidson and rode up to, or ACH up to Newcomb's, dude, I was going around the corners how we teach it, and man, I was like, I think I scraped something one time, but I was riding it like we teach it, and I was just railing the corners, and the look on people's faces going down the hill, well, multiple things. They're like, what on earth? A guy on a Harley saying, what's up? Like, peace to everybody. But he's got high-vis gear on, and he's on a Harley. It's they're all tripped out. But, you know, getting to that, it's just the form and function of riding, how we teach it. It works brilliant.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I ended up showing up on yesterday. And so I wasn't teaching yesterday because I was covering actually for Gene, who was taking it's an MSF like advanced course. He's with Axe and Steve Kirsch.
I know. I was totally going to go, but I had to teach this weekend. I was like,
Well, I had to teach too, and I'm
So
like,
wanted
you
to
know,
go.
I'll see if I can get myself covered, but I couldn't get covered. But anyways,
same here.
so what I did is I was like, you know what, I want to go for a ride. So I just hopped on my Harley and headed back up to Adelano. And got me a nose ride in. So and then you see the students, because they were all like Harley guys, except one guy, and
Except for the R6 guy.
except the R6 guy, right? And I says, and so then I go, oh wow, and so then they just got done with exercise 14, and so they're like going, oh, you know, they're checking the bike, and I'm like going, hey, you know, remember we talked about, because I asked them, I said, so how did the body position work for you guys on your second exercise? They're like, oh yeah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, so now check it out. Do you realize now when you do the body position, there's two things you can serve, and what are they? And I want to make sure I always make my students think.
Ask them the question,
Yes.
and then
And-
they answer.
Yes, and so you know, a couple said traction, and I said, what else? And they're thinking, and then the one guy in the R6 goes, ground clearance. Absolutely correct. So now, believe it or not, I actually use more body position when I ride that one right there, because look at all my hard parts. They're closer to the ground.
closer to the ground.
So I literally need to get myself more off that motorcycle to conserve, my traction, and conserve a lot of ground clearance, because I'm going to start hitting hard parts very soon. A lot more than my CBR. And they're like, oh. And then, of course, I stuck around until they only had a couple of exercises left, but they were doing it. And, man, they got on there, and they were just, you know, had that sternum, even with the, some were even more so. I'm like going, and when they came out, I'm like going, and I wasn't their instructor, so I can't interfere. You know, I mean, I can help as long as I say, hey, Jordy, hey, Gene, do you mind if I kind of just maybe interfere just a little bit? You know? And they're like, oh, yeah, no problem. So, and then it worked.
well, the
And
two
there you
things,
go.
too, it helps with, I always tell the students, I said, you're conserving your angle. So if you need to lean more to turn sharper, you have more to go. If you're just sitting straight up and down, you're pretty much always 60 degrees. You have no more to go. I said the next thing is scraping the ground, and you end up on the ground. So
Why do I need
Right.
to take the class when you guys could just teach me? Huh?
no, you need to take the class.
You can't learn from the sidelines.
I get that all the time. It's like, hey, no, I don't do
actually
private
do it.
classes. Come take the class.
I didn't say private.
TotalControlTraining.net. Go take the training.
I was being a smartass. Can you calm your
No, I will not.
fucking sugar-free
No.
monster down? Okay, so I'm
Calm your
okay,
high vis ass down.
No.
So obviously, your wife,
Proud.
your wife a little bit ago said, "Don't listen to him. We don't get naked in the hot tub. My neighbors are people." Okay, and
I
then
love you, honey.
Michelle,
I think
gravity is no. Is no. I don't know. No ninja. I think no longer my friend. That's okay. In the movement, damn right, dragging through bags, whatever. But then somebody said, "Oh, look at you! What's our meet and greet with you? Like coming up, Mr. Zig? Okay, do we all expect to see you all on Saturday, right? Okay, and then what are you doing on Wednesday? Because Jeremy wants to hang out with you.
Are you teaching Wednesday, Zig?
No, I'm not.
To Jeremy,
Nope,
Nope,
I am.
from-
Meeting with you on
to Zig from Jeremy.
I'm
Can't wait to meet
teaching.
you on Wednesday.
I'm off this weekend,
Can't wait to listen to The Lion King with you.
which is
From
which is
Jeremy.
Hey, Gunny, what are you doing with Zig on Wednesday? Jeremy Reed saying it's something about a Wednesday, I see.
Yeah,
Looking forward to meeting you on Wednesday, Zig.
The Lion King.
Maybe he's bringing the bike
maybe
down.
I bringing the bike.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Oh, maybe. Huh.
yeah.
I got to make a date to bring mine in. I'm getting my new lights.
Oh, that's right. Yes, the lights that you said.
It's a circle of
Yeah.
life.
Because he sent me the email, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
cool
oh,
lighting.
look, if I seen him, and if Mike has it on his bike, trust me, it's not thinking it's American Mike, but if I see him behind me, dude, and he's fucking all lit up like a goddamn, it's like there's only one freight train, there's only one Diesel Dave. Now I got to figure out something else.
Wait,
for-
hold on.
for-
Jeremy
for
basically
American
said
Mike.
you have dinner with Ride Right.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right, Jeremy. Yes, we have the Ride Right's got a meeting. We're going to be at Marie Callender's. That's right. I almost forgot about that.
Wow.
There you
Gonna
go.
Ride Right with
Yes.
Marie
It's
Calendar.
on-
Biker Rallies saved your schedule.
Right.
She's only like 104.
But I'm not teaching this weekend. I'm really thankful that Lisa at Ride Right got me covered at the last minute, and she did it very, very quickly because Justin's funeral is Saturday,
Yes.
and
Should we
So-
just say we didn't even do like we basically are doing this show for?
well,
Yeah.
that's I'm getting to that. We're
Saturday
only
or
30
Sunday?
minutes in, so it's Saturday.
30 minutes in.
40 minutes
40
in.
something.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour
We'll do-
show.
No,
and
we
we
can
can
go
do
to
our
till
show.
10.
We can
We can do what we want.
We can do what we want because it is a Zig Zone. We can stay here till fucking midnight. We've
Well,
done it
no,
before.
I have to
Yes.
open.
Yeah, Saturday,
We've done
and
it
it's
before.
not supposed to rain, so
Yes. So my
promising.
So my thing is I am definitely going to ride. I mean, it's obviously weather permitting, but it's not supposed to rain on Saturday. We are going to be meeting at the Park and Ride on Country Village Road and the 60, which is the northeast corner. It is the second exit east of the 60 and the 15. And it's the same place we always meet for the New Year's Day ride. We are going to be doing a ride. We're going to go down to the 15 south to the 91 east to the 60 west, and then the memorial is right there, just off of the 60 in Mission.
I'd have to look.
I'd have to look, but it's right there.
Yeah.
But you know,
at
this
the
way we get a little bit of a ride
VFW.
in. You know what I mean?
Are wheelies permitted?
But I
Only if you can do it on a cross.
Right.
I want to make sure that if you're riding something white for the New Year's Day memorial ride we did for Justin, we had yellow for the instructor, you know, because we're high vis, and so I required that requested that all the instructors that rode, we had a lot
Wear
of
our
them,
vests.
wear their vests, and then everybody else did participate and wore something yellow. We had 60 deep.
Yeah.
So that was a great group. I really appreciate the support. We had people coming from Palmdale, San Diego, LA, Anaheim, out towards Indio, Palm Springs.
Is that where you guys went to Cook's Corner?
So,
that day?
yes.
I was so
I
bummed. I
really-
mean, I understand
I wanted
why
to go.
you changed the direction, but I was totally bummed because you were going to ride towards me, and I'm like, all right, we'll be parking the float from the tournament Roses parade, and I could go home, get my bike, and
Why didn't you bring-
rendezvous.
No, you could just brought the
but
fucking float, dude.
By the time, yeah,
That would have been fun.
Right?
GMR.
Wouldn't that be
like there
funny?
was already one that broke down on the fucking parade.
Yeah.
I didn't hear
Well,
about it, but yeah, you could.
I should have brought the float because I had Justin riding with me.
Right?
You did.
I had
Yes,
him
you
with
did.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took him for a ride with us. So,
Yeah, that was awesome.
and I'll give you that picture,
You made
Michelle.
me cry. So
The Cooks
You're an
thing
asshole.
actually worked out really good. It was.
I'll give you that picture,
better spot
Michelle, when
for
I
a
see you
large
Saturday.
group that we had, you know, in my opinion. So, you know, the large group going through Ortega, I think GMR would have been a little more difficult for that large of a group,
Yeah.
especially with bigger bikes and stuff.
And 50
But,
mile an hour winds.
Yeah, it was very windy.
and 34 degrees, I think it
but
was
have you
supposed
been
to
on
be.
the air since then? So
No.
No.
Oh,
so,
no, you could
Well,
drum-
did you want to? Because we're doing memorials, so nobody knows what actually, unfortunately.
Well, no, because what's obviously tonight, you know, we're going
Tonight's
to be
in memory
we're going to
of-
be
no, but we unfortunately, Riedel passed away, and that's all.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I want to, because back to the thing. So it's Saturday. So if those of you that, I mean, it's going to be a very huge group. So I mean, it's nice if you just kind of like knew him maybe on Facebook or something like that. But those of you that ride, just ride with us. You know what I mean? It's just a great way to for his memorial, and also where I was talking about, we wore something yellow on the New Year's Day Rides Memorial because he was an instructor. He was a really good instructor. He made a really impact in the instructor community. And this one, we're going to have something white, whether it be a bandana. You can, I don't know, rip up a sheet or something. But something white on the handlebar.
Red. It's gonna be white.
White, yes.
Okay.
No.
Because it was white victory.
Okay, all
It
right.
was always known.
Gotcha.
I mean, when you seen him going
Listen,
down the road,
Santa Claus, shut up, you're an asshole.
that's Justin.
No,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
what Michelle posted was that as a kid, Justin's favorite color was red. And
Okay,
she
that's
asked,
where I read it,
And
right.
she asked that everybody, wear something red, but she did specifically state, no colors, no cuts, anything like that.
So, yeah, white
But-
would be perfect.
But she did say if you wore something red in honor of Justin, that was his favorite color. as a
Okay, so
kid.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
So so then I can put something red on the handlebar and something white on the handlebar.
Yeah,
The
for sure.
white thing was because it was something that I requested. If you're going to ride with us, it'd be nice
the
if you just
bike.
tied something like white. I'm going to put a white bandana on my
Yeah.
handlebar.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, if you don't dye your hair, you'd be pretty good.
Right?
White or some ribbon, white ribbon.
I
Yeah.
can
White
change my
ribbon
hair white.
and a red. I've got a red bandana.
You're working on
too,
it pretty
so-
good.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
You like that? Salt and pepper? Hell yeah.
In
You got
effect.
a ways to go.
A little bit.
Well, you got some
Don't make me start
snow on the roof.
No snow on the roof yet. I don't think. Well, there might be mixed up
Nope.
there.
Yeah.
So,
Is there mixed?
since
Fuck you.
since
No.
since Justin's passed, I mean, it's I didn't want to do. I'm kind of over.
I apologize for that.
I'm kind of over the bitterness. I mean, the bitterness is never going to leave us. It never, ever. So, but the thing is I wanted to try and start thinking about a lot of the positive things, and the things that Justin, did. Whatever it is that you can remember of him. There's several things. I mean, obviously I've known him along you guys, but you guys have still known him too.
Yeah, I had the distinct opportunity or pleasure of going through the instructor candidate training with him.
Yes.
So that's where I got
That's
to
a lot of
know
work.
him.
Yeah, together. And you guys
And-
teamed up on a couple things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really cool, man. He just always had a way about him. He was always so easy talking, smooth talking. When he was doing the click read talk, it's like he's been doing it for 50 years. Like, how do you talk that smooth and go through and click through it? He just had the knack to be able to get through it so smoothly. It was like, damn, that's awesome. So,
Right. And one of the things that I thought it was just so unique about him is that
Justin.
anytime to Justin,
We miss you, brother. We love you, man.
Love you.
And to Justin's family.
Yes.
Yes.
I do want to ask somebody to get a couple Slim Jims in the middle of the service and make sure the rappers are really loud because that's what I remember him when I want to kill him half the time.
oh, that's
Snap on
yeah,
Slim
With
Jim.
the microphone. He would do it just to piss me off.
he did.
And I love it. You know what? It's so funny because that's one of the funniest memories. I'm like, I'm going to fucking beat the shit out of you. And he did it for 2 years straight.
And then, or he would bring in chips, and he'd sit there and
And
he'd
he'd
go,
just do, no,
no, he'd
on
go
the mic just to piss me off.
like try to chew like super slow.
No, he'd turn around and do this to me.
or burping.
I'm like, you
like the burp
fucker.
too. He's like, burp.
And bring Powerade. For the love of God, bring Powerade. Powerade.
When he talked, he smiled when he talked. It was just like, I mean, I've never seen anybody do this. As he had a conversation, he always smiled. It didn't matter what he was doing, how serious he was. He smiled when he talked, and you could see it through his hairy freaking face. You know what I mean?
It was Harry.
It was like, God, and I think that the students really react. Students react to the way you are.
Yeah.
And if you're smiling, I mean, he draws them in, and he's been teaching for less than a year. So I remember his first PDW, which was not this past one, the previous one. Now, he didn't have to go to it, but I told him, I says, dude, go to it, dude. You know, this way you get to meet a lot of instructors and just kind of get to see how things work. Because he had just finished the IT prior to it. So he didn't have to go. You didn't have to go either, but you did.
Yeah, no, we both did because it was like you can learn so much, and there's so
Right.
many tools you can add to your toolbox doing the professional development workshops that it was a great experience. We had a great time too. He was bummed he didn't do the track day. Like, come on, I told Justin, come on, man, do the track day, the Friday. He's like, I don't know, man.
It's the best.
But
It is.
obviously
It's
this
the
past
best.
year he went, but it was, and he was like going, fuck, I should have went the year before. Damn. Like,
Well,
that is a blast, right?
speaking of the year before, because we were in the paddock area, right? And Lee Parks hops on his bike and just starts going in a circle and just
Oh my God.
grinding his knee part on the ground. I'm like, really, dude?
Yeah,
you
Mike,
know?
Lee's all, hey, Mike, can I take your bike out for a minute? I'm like, dude, you can ride it all day. That's fine by me. Go ahead. So he's doing figure eights in the parking lot, like 20-foot patterns right in front of everybody. He's like, I just want to check the ground clearance.
It's
okay.
It feels good. I'm like, really, dude? Really?
Yeah, Justin was
he-
like, oh my God.
Well, he did it on Justin's bike too. He took Justin's bike around Horse
Yeah.
Thief, and Justin's like, and
This
he's
last
like, and then
PDW?
No, Friday
the previous
previous
one.
one.
He
Okay.
didn't. Justin didn't go to the track, the track
Right.
day on the Friday, but he did go to PW, and then he took it around the track, and Justin's like, wow, you know, because he came in, he's like going, yeah, feels good, and suspension's fine. Here's your bike back after I get in dragging my knee around the track, you know, on it.
Here's the
It's a
capabilities
victory,
of
like
your
really,
bike.
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But you know, each year, the CHP Commander Award goes to a few instructors. Okay, not a lot,
Only a few.
only a few. I've received it,
Well, the CHP likes to give me bracelets.
and Justin received it in with only a little over a year of instruction. He received it this past PDW.
Well, we got 2.5 years now.
Was it?
Well,
Oh, was it
2
2 and a
years.
half? Okay.
Yeah, because we're going into our 3rd year now.
Okay, all right. See, that's what I get for working 7 days a week. I just kind of completely lose track of time. I mean, I'm serious.
Well,
That was,
Yeah,
that was well
So,
deserved. It was totally. That was well deserved.
Justin.
Totally like awesome that he got that because, you know, it couldn't have been more deserving. I mean, it was like, yeah. And they figured that stuff out. It's crazy. I mean, there's 400 and I think there's 400 some odd. I want to say between 410 and 420 as far as like how many instructors. So think about the odds of that.
Yeah, no, it's a very prestigious award. You know what I mean? I've got mine hanging up, and I've got that thing framed in a nice frame,
Are we
Everybody
doing
look.
that?
an
Ready?
actually silver frame. We're taking Lena's
taking
doing
selfies.
The selfie.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
And I'm really not.
I can only hold this
I'm
pose
really
so
not a
long.
Longhorns fan. but
Yay!
Metal horns.
And there we go.
You guys, sometimes-
Metal horns, Longhorns.
Those are the metal horns.
Yeah.
You know,
Balloon Longhorns.
but one
Everyone look at it.
one of
You do
the
that in Texas.
one of the things I said before we rode on New Year's Day is that I don't think, you know, because Mom Michelle got both Dakota and Justin into riding,
Into writing.
you know, and so I says I don't think that, you know, Mom ever realized that when she actually, you know, got them on two wheels, that you know, that how the impact, just not as an instructor, but I mean the motorcycle community itself.
Yeah.
Because if you go to any bike night, you can. I mean, people know who I know was Pyro. And that's
Yeah.
how I met him, and I met him the first year I opened my shop, and that's been 12 years as of February 1st. Will be 12 years, and he was just a little baby face, no beard,
Yep.
no nothing.
Yep.
He had this little.
Flavor saver.
I didn't call it a flavor saver. I didn't call it a flavor saver, but I used to tease him with it.
Total 90s.
And,
Yeah.
Pussy tickler.
And he was just like this little baby face, guy, but he was always like really energetic, and whenever you were like around him, he was just so excited to be anywhere around motorcycles in the motorcycle community. He just got just excited and elated about everything. Right, I'm here, and it was at Zorba's. Vince used Zorba's. They still got bike nights going on there. Not right now, but when the season hits in, and Vince was actually met there. He showed up in his
In that
SS.
SS Malibu.
Yeah. And but I mean he's just made this
so-
huge impact in the entire motorcycle community.
And Justin would just show up at random places and people would bump into him. I mean, I don't remember who it was. Someone bumped into him up in Redding, California.
Larry.
Yes, Missman.
Yeah.
And then my lifelong friend Matt bumped into him in Riverside at a bike night, and somehow my name came up, and they were like, "Whoa, Mike?" Like my buddy Matt couldn't believe it. Like, and then Justin was like, "What? Really?" Like, it's just such a small world, and how people bump into certain people at certain times, certain places. Man, it's like kind of like you said, Chris. It's like, my wife says everything happens for reasons. That's her saying. And I think there's a lot to that. Things just happen for reasons, and you kind of gravitate and meet people at different times in your life. Then that's just how it works out. And there's certain moments
I haven't lost that
behind
much
that
weight yet, honey. So
that are pretty cool, because usually super cool people you can remember where you met them the first time, like
Right.
and that kind of sticks.
Yeah. Yep. I bought these Forever Roses for Michelle and Cassie, and Christy and I had the pleasure of going over there.
Get down, Mike. Yeah, cheer that Mike. Get on it.
But yeah, we took these Forever Roses over there to them, and I was just really stoked that Michelle and shared all these stories, and Dakota about Justin, and it was really really cool. All the stuff that they shared with us, and it just made me see the deeper side of Justin that I never really got to know. I mean, I only knew him for a short amount of time, but like I said earlier, there was just something about Justin that him and we just connected. I felt this bond, and then thank you, Michelle, for sharing those stories. Like I told you, it really meant a lot to me, and my heart's broken for your family and Dakota and just everybody, and Justin's going to be heavily missed everywhere. He made an impact on everybody's life, and so we want to remember the good times. My wife told me I'm a really sensitive guy, and I told her I'm not going to cry tonight. I'm going to try not to cry. You're
not going to cry.
And she said Justin wouldn't want that, and she said hold it together. So
Oh yeah, he'd be smart. He'd totally be.
he'd be clowning.
yeah.
He'd be clowning me big
Absolutely.
time. So
Get
anyhow,
it together, pussy.
Yeah. So
Get a Slim Jim. Snap into it.
snap into a Slim Jim. Yeah. So anyhow, it was really cool, the stories that she shared, and she shared, Dakota shared how they got the nickname Pyro, and so it was really really cool, the stuff that they shared, and then seeing the work that Dakota does, the fabrication stuff and the stuff that he makes. His whole house was he's got these gears that he made a clock out of, and then there's a shelf that has a piston and rods that holding up the shelf, and then this table made out of this huge chain with a glass top on it, and I mean, it was just really cool seeing the craftsmanship that Dakota does, and how different Justin and Dakota were. Justin was more the analytical type, where Dakota's more the mechanical and
Artistic.
and he was always saying, I was constantly fixing my brother's bikes because he'd freaking wreck them all the time. He was just reckless, and he'd call me and I'd have to come pick him up and fix his bike, and And he's all, God forbid you ever got into a war with a disagreement with one of us, because you have the mechanical side of me, Dakota, and then the analytical side of Justin. He's all, there was no way you were winning.
Right.
And it was just awesome, the things that Michelle and Dakota and Cassie shared with us. It was an awesome experience, and I treasure that, definitely.
Well, also Justin is he's not leaving us in a sense. The thing is that I'm pretty sure that it's out there already. I'm pretty sure everybody knows. But if I get in trouble right now, I'm sorry. But Cassie is pregnant with
What?
Justin's baby, and I told Cassie, I says, you know what? I says, please bless me with the opportunity to be part of this child's life.
Yeah.
I mean, I will be there. I will be Uncle Zig.
Nice.
I
That's
want
awesome,
to see this, kid, grow up, and just and it's just you're gonna look at, wow, you're gonna see some of the things of Justin's nature, and his personality and that
Let's just
child,
hope it's a boy, because a girl with that beard.
Literally, there'll be a Powerade, it'll be Powerade and Slim Jim just popping out.
right?
Time
Yeah.
with making noise.
Goodness, excuse me.
You're right. Fitness
Wow.
spot there, man. That's awesome.
You know what? I can't give you respect. That was weak.
And
Held it back.
and it was like because I've been basically a really fucked up emotional wreck.
And I've been worried about you.
It's I know you have.
And I love you.
I
But
love you too, honey.
Dude,
I
it's
leave
it's never easy when it's sudden like that.
Yeah,
Those are the
it's
ones
not.
that kick your ass, dude. It's like I've unfortunately had a lot of family members die in my life. My brother, my dad when I was
No,
19.
put it back on.
And then
We don't want to see that fucking shirt.
then,
Put the sweatshirt back on. Nobody needs to see that shitty
and
bar.
then my mom. So the surprise ones just suck, dude. There's nothing
I just found out.
nothing
drunk, I'm
freaking easy about it and dealing with it and coping with it. It's just there's no magic to figuring it out. Just sucks.
Yeah, because
They got good food.
when I
just found that
worked
place.
his class.
know it was
The thing is, I seen him on Saturday. I was dropping off some bikes over at SoCal. And,
SoCal Motorsports.
But and I'm not trying to, like I said, I want to try and be on positive things tonight.
And we are.
And I am. And I'm telling you, this is going to be a real positive thing. So I dropped off the bikes, and then before I started, I grabbed, loaded some bikes. And before I left, I was okay, so now.
Goddamn, Walsh! 2 minutes. Time out. Get the fuck out. You got 2 minutes because you coughed.
I didn't even take a hit yet.
I don't care. You coughed and you have that shirt. 2 minutes. Go back. Go back where I
Stand up
sit.
to you
Go
then.
back there now. You got 2 minutes. Go.
So I walk up to Justin and I says like, okay, so now
Don't make me take my shirt off.
Oh God. Nobody wants to see that. We're good. We're good. We're fine.
so I go up to Justin and I said, okay, you know what, brother, have a Merry Christmas. And for New Year's Day ride, he just like he knew exactly what I was thinking. He goes, yeah, I'll be the shit, what is
Sweeper?
it? No. Oh my God! When you're in a group and you kind of block people and you
Oh, for
road captain.
road captain.
He goes, yeah, I'll road captain for you. He completely read my mind. And I'm like, going, see, good minds think alike, man. He goes, and I says, you know what? All right, cool. So have a Merry Christmas. I'll see you on New Year's, and I love you, brother. And he goes, love you too. And those are the last words that I said to him.
Wow.
So, and which is one of the things I said on a post on Facebook. I says, I want, and I say the same thing to you guys too. You know what I mean? Before we leave tonight, I'm going to say, I love you. Because if it's the last thing I say to you, then that means a lot to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
And so
You just don't know.
You know, you don't know.
don't know what that hourglass
it
is gonna
shows
run out, man.
how
Tomorrow's not
life just
promised.
boom. It's like gone. I mean, think about America, Mike. I mean, you're what 95, right?
Yeah, close.
Well, no. Well, you know,
So-
he got a thing from the North Pole. He got to come down tonight, so he's okay.
Jesus. Oh God.
But you know,
got a
I
hall
mean,
pass?
I mean, we're I mean, obviously we're mature. We're getting up there, and we said goodbye to a lot of
Thank you.
people, and it's just, and we've come to it. But I think, I mean, I've a lot of it's been like when I said goodbye to a lot of guys is because like motorcycle accidents or things like that. But this one was just like, I mean, the one that really hurt because he's not supposed to be.
But no.
He's not supposed to be where he's at now. That's the whole thing, and it was just completely wrong, and it just was so random and just, you know. But so I've started to I was in a really bad place. I mean, it just really jacked up, my holidays. Not Justin, but the cause of it, and I was just like, and so in just the last week. I've been like, you know what? I have to really pull myself out of this funk, and I got to start looking at the positive things. And I started looking at a lot of I started looking at the students' faces when he would because he loved to be a teacher, and his mom, I never knew that, and that's what he wanted to be, was a teacher.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, I'm probably like school. You know what I mean? Like to be like a physics professor or an English teacher.
That will never happen.
You know what I mean? Something like that.
Could have been philosophy.
Could have been.
Him?
But the thing is that go figure that when he came into my shop, we were sitting there having a conversation. I was working on his bike, and I says, you know what, dude? I says, you're a real people person, and you're expressive. I think, you know what, dude? I think you would be a great instructor.
Or a greeter at Walmart.
All right. Welcome to Walmart.
Yeah.
While he strokes his beard. Welcome to Walmart.
Dick.
Yeah, but it fit.
No, it's just the people person part of it.
Right.
It's just
Maybe, no, Costco. Give him a little bit more
Okay.
credit, dude. You asshole.
Yeah, but it was even better because he
Not
became
even
an
Sam.
instructor. He took
You.
the passion of riding motorcycles with the people person side of him, and merged it together, and
Yeah.
boom. It was phenomenal.
I just knew that it was going to work. You know what I mean? And so when he did, when he went through, he shadowed. I says, I see. He goes, do you really think I could do that? I'm like, I tell you what, Justin, why don't you shadow me for a little while? I talked to Allie and Dave. And I said, hey, I got one of my buddies that is interested in possibly becoming an instructor, and I'd like to have him come in and shout. They said, yeah, okay, fine. And he he instantly just like was, wow, this is awesome. And he started being inquisitive, and he started asking questions. Okay, so you made that student, you fixed that student. What was it that you said or did? Because he might not have been with me. He might have been like over by Matt, And he was wow. I need to find this stuff out. He ended up going to, because you have to have the IRC, right? Because you have to be one level above what you're teaching. Mm-hmm. Well, he showed up to shadow. And they were running an Irish. This is when at SoCo we were still on at the parking lot right there on Arrowhead, and
Right behind the Speedway.
yes, and he says, he shows up, and Dave Byer was there, and Axe, and all the guys. They were doing an IT an IRC, but there was an IRC for the IRC candidates. The instructor candidates. So there was a bunch of them. It was like there was 3, total control training trailers there, and all the people that you really want to be, to pick at and ask them questions, they were all there.
Nice.
And so Byer walks up and goes, "Hey, you know what? We need one more person in the IRC. Would you like to fill that spot?" He's like, yeah, but he didn't have the right jacket.
Oh.
He showed up in just like a thing, but there was one inside the container, And so he just used that one, and he got, and he just, he got. I think the whole thing kind of fell in place for him. The whole training thing, and then there you go, and now he became a teacher, and I could once I was talking to Michelle, I had no idea that his whole goal. What are you doing?
Creating an earthquake.
Fuck it. I gave up.
Why? I mean, are you? Because why are you messing with it? I already have issues with the fucking Mevo, and here you are jacking. What did you do?
You told me I looked pregnant, so fuck.
I was just kidding. Oh my God! Now look at it. Now look at it.
Oh, there's my boobs. There, we're back.
Oh Jesus.
Did you see Michelle's comment? She said wild horses couldn't tame you, Zig.
Oh yeah, no, they can't.
Yeah. And
Anyway,
Michelle, thank you. It meant the world
Now we're
to me
back.
to spend time with you guys. Definitely.
That's awesome
Yes.
that gift
Yeah,
you got.
thank you.
But when I was sitting with him on Christmas Day, Michelle said he always wanted to be a teacher. Right then, that light bulb came on, and I'm like, going, no wonder he was so good, like instantly as an instructor. I mean, he fed off this stuff. He read just through the whole P&P, and he was just so. I mean, he made corrections on me. Because sometimes we came in conversation, and I forget what it was, but it was when we were at the other station when we were over by in Rancho.
Right.
But I
by
said
my
something,
house.
and he goes, no, it is blah blah blah, and I'm like, God damn it, just fuck you, Justin.
Dude, he had
Because
that knack.
he
He's-
corrected me. I mean, right then and there, I'm like, oh well, shit. You know what I mean? That was. I mean, he took this very seriously.
He's really smart.
Yes.
Jordy,
he's
you
really
can
smart.
You can run my board.
He could
You
sit
done?
there and he could read a manual and just absorb it, know it, and then be able to barf it right out.
Right.
Like, dude, how? I mean, he would just be picking up things so fast. When we were going to instructor training together, he was just like picking stuff up. And here's the thing about Justin
Get this
that
camera.
obviously because I went through the training with him that a lot of people don't know is he could have been like, you know what? I know my stuff. I'm going to show you guys. No, he was like running around helping all the other instructor candidates. There was a lot struggling, man. He was like so quick to help out. Like he was sitting there going, hey, do you need help with that?
He doesn't know what to do.
Whatever the situation was, he'd be there to help out.
Don't even do
someone was
anything, Jordy.
struggling,
Just shut up.
he'd make himself available to help out anybody that needed help, and that was cool. And then he got a lot of information from Steve Kirsch too. Like Steve would stay after all the training was done. Steve would say, "Hey, if anybody wants to work on something, we can work on it." So we did some things out, the writing portion of it to dial it in. And so
Yeah.
Justin was there just absorbing all the info that he could, man. It was like,
Yeah, Steve Kirsch is really, really awesome because he did the same thing for Jordy. Right, Jordy?
I can't tell if the mic doesn't work.
Let Jordy inside here real quick, honey. Please.
Jordy, it's all you.
Come on inside. Jordy, come on inside. Or at least go in and put the mic on for him or something.
Oh, you really want me to do that?
Let him on
It's
inside
gonna
here.
be. Oh,
Because you
Jordy,
mentioned...
this is all you, my.
Come on in, big boy.
Since you mentioned Steve Kirsch, is because we did the same thing. Yes, he would stay. Range is done. It might be getting dark, and he would stick around and then not Jordy. Justin was a sponge, that kind of stuff. Steve Kirsch did the same thing when Jordy was shadowing. I mean, shit, Jordy, you shadowed for 6 months.
Well, I have
You know?
to. Because you can't tell there's anything wrong with me when you look at me, but I have learning disabilities because of my memory. So it takes me a lot to pick
Well,
stuff up.
because of a severe motorcycle accident.
Yes.
Which is
I
why.
can tell by looking at you.
Which is
Nice. That is fair. That is fair.
which is nice that Jordy B actually became an instructor. I mean,
Hold on, I
you
have
won't
to do
remember
this.
that.
I have to do this.
But me and Jordy, we've got.
I haven't heard that in
thousands of
so
miles
long.
underneath each other,
Finally.
You know.
Let me do it more time.
I love you, Jordy.
Me and Jordy, we've got thousands of miles underneath each other.
Thank you.
You know.
Well, it was funny because when I was on Saturday, when I was introducing myself to the students after he did got in the classroom, I actually said, yeah, well, I was introduced by blah, blah. And then, of course, me and Jordan, we've had several thousands of traveling miles together.
Yeah, he finally said it right.
I actually said it right, and he goes, hey, wow, you said it right.
Jordan, we've got.
Yeah, I had to immediately look at him and go, hey, you said it right for
me and
once.
Jordan-
Nice.
But me.
But he loved teaching, and that was the thing, and it really brought what Mom had said out of him, is that he wanted to be a teacher.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's great. I mean, and you can to teach people something that you're very passionate about. How cool is that? If you wanted to be a teacher, okay, good. He rides a
thing I've
motorcycle,
learned,
but he wanted to be a philosophy professor or whatever, or an English teacher or whatever, a math teacher. But he
guy in
actually
finance.
rode motorcycles, and he was so passionate about motorcycles, and he taught motorcycle training. How cool is that?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's the best
super
thing ever.
It doesn't get any better than that. I don't
Yeah, it
think.
really doesn't.
You know?
But here's the biggest thing about, and I said it during post and Facebook, something that's so missing is civility. People have lost that, and that's something that Justin had from day one. And, the biggest thing and why students gravitate to him, because he makes the students a priority. It isn't about Justin, it's about the student. It isn't about Justin, it's about you.
Right.
Yeah.
That was always the way it was. Whenever I bump into him, it was always, he was excited to see you, like totally totally excited. Like, Mike, how you been? What's going on? Always about, how are you doing? So I asked, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing great, man. Da, da, da. But how are you doing? Like throw it back at you.
right.
So,
Yeah.
So
that's something that I'll never forget, because it was like, I forget where it was, some group, we met up somewhere, some bunch of bikes everywhere, and he was standing with a huge group, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go over there and say hi to him. And it was like, sometimes you go bump into people, and you're like kind of standing there, like, hey, what's up? It was like, oh, hey, shit, Mike's here, shit. And then he's introducing me to everybody, like, who does that?
Right.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's what you should be doing,
Yeah.
Right.
is make you feel like you are now part of the group.
Right.
All right, so now what I want to do now is I want to, because we've got there's a lot of comments. I'm going to have you guys help me out here, okay? So Vince said that Justin was teaching in the classroom, and for some reason, he said, okay, so there's going to be a hippie, okay, and then there's going to be a cop. You're going to be instructors on the range. What? I don't know why he said this, but it was absolutely hilarious. And so when me and Vince Griva were teaching, get this, they thought I was the cop. And Vince was the hippie.
That's awesome.
And so me and Vince are teaching, and it's like I forget what exercise it was. It might have been exercise 14, but they kept going over to Vince's side. Right? And we got 12 students. I got like 2 students on my side, and there's 10 on his side. And it's funny. He says, you know what? One of the students pulled up and said, hey, something about, that's really cool that like you're the hippie. Because the cop over there, man, is like a little like intimidated or something like that. Really?
The hell?
It's your pretty arm.
Yeah, they totally mixed us up on that one. I
funny.
thought that was like one of the most
hilarious.
Dude, I would
funniest things.
never
That's
mistake you for an ex-cop. Ever.
Right?
I mean, come on, I grew up with cops too, but
And I'm better looking than Vince,
Oh, Vince.
Jeez.
But I need you guys to help me out, so I'm not sitting here like raising
We
my
know-
glasses.
we know, Zig,
we
we
do
know.
see that Mom. You want to read the last one right here?
Michelle, that job was never about the paycheck. It was about his love of writing and sharing with the students. Absolutely.
Absolutely correct. And you know what? Vince Griva had, told me a phrase that I would never forget. He said, "It's not about the income; it's the outcome."
See how it
Nice.
comes.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And as soon as Vince told me that, dude, it just was like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, because basically, I don't need the money, but I teach because I'm passionate about it. I love to teach. I mean, shit. I didn't have to go to a lotto on Sunday, but I'm like, well, let me go back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was really
I
cool
just
of you.
love being part of my students. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you want to read one? I'm going from the bottom up because we have a lot of comments, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to say something about Justin. So if we can keep on going, there's one from James Sandler right there, right?
Jordy or Paul Schaefer? What the fuck, Vince?
I'm just because I don't have my bifocals with me.
Well,
Yeah,
and that's why I'm wearing my glasses today, but I can't see that because of the angle I'm sitting at.
Oh,
James
I can't see a
Sanders-
thing.
James Sanders says Steve Kirsch is who inspired me to
Yeah, I still can't see it.
to continue my training and become a better
Then I can.
rider. And I'm not stuttering, but I just can't see my damn phone.
Michelle says, "Hi, Jordy."
I'm struggling.
He
with
was my
this
ARC
site.
1 instructor, and now he's a friend. That's what it says, Chris. Mr. I can't see either.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
Thank you. I
you two
appreciate
guys
that.
are just a pair.
let me.
I didn't bring my glasses tonight.
Here's one thing I want to give a shout out to Total Control Training, is that prior to the previous curriculum, it was the picture was more like, okay, well, we are here we are here, and you are the coaches. See, Total Control Training becomes part of the entire process,
Yeah.
and the community of it. I mean, like I said, Dave Bianco showed up, Adam Herzing.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Kerr showed. I mean, it's everybody just comes in.
Yeah.
I mean, when it's just they're part of it, and if they go on the range and as a QAV, like so what can I do? What can I do to help you?
Yeah.
What can I do to help you? And that's just what's awesome about Total Control.
Yeah, I know,
so
I know a guy
Vince-
like that. He's sitting next to me. He came out Sunday
Nice.
when he didn't have to, and he helped me out, just giving me pointers and stuff as we went through the range.
That's cool, man. There's so much to that because it rather than just going through the motions
Yeah.
and teaching, but having the passion come out.
Yeah.
And the more you can get around other, especially senior instructors, you
Yeah.
can pick up on things. Like when I did the ARC 1
Some
with,
senior instructors, buddy.
I'm trying to be positive here, okay? I'm not going to get into the obvious, but let's stay on the
know.
positive side. So when I did the ARC 1 with Adam
Everybody,
Herzing,
Justin.
You ready to Justin
get it? All
and
right.
Justin's family?
Cheers.
We love you.
So when I did the ARC 1 and Adam Herzing and Mike Valero were teaching it, you get two different sides because they teach differently, but Adam is so dialed in like Justin had,
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
The same kind of way about him.
Yeah, they were beard brothers,
Okay,
those two.
Beard Bros for sure, but Adam had this way of, it was fun.
Yeah.
And being a student on the other side, it was like, hey, I need to start implementing that in how I teach. And what I found from that was the students respond better because they're having fun. It's easier to teach because they're having fun. They're not all stressed out and so tight that they can't ride. It's like they're having fun. They're loose. They're riding it. It just, the benefits to the instructor side go like,
Yeah.
this is good stuff.
Okay, so now Dakota, his brother. What's up, Dakota? I'm glad you're tuning in.
Yeah, what's up, Dakota?
He has a comment
What's
right
up,
there. I
Dakota?
want to make sure I don't want to read it wrong.
It says him, his mom,
Something
and his
about
sister.
grandma.
Grammar corrected at 28 years.
Yeah, Justin was correcting his grammar for 20 years.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
Just like I correct my friend's grammar sometimes.
I think the best
Actually,
one
all the
I
time.
like Vince Grieva's comment. It says I sat through quite a few of Justin's classroom sessions just for the pure enjoyment of
Yeah.
it. Obviously, I knew the subject matter, but he was just so entertaining. And even during the instructor candidate training, he was entertaining. It was like, again, I just said, you have to make it fun. The students
do.
will learn more. If you go in there with this whole, I'm going to tell you, you're going to listen, and they
Yeah.
just shut down.
Right.
But
Or they
take
fall
a-
asleep.
Or they fall asleep. But take a piece like Justin does and make it fun.
Make it fun.
Follow,
Exactly.
follow it, but make it fun. And the students will respond big time.
There's also one from Jeff. Am I saying Jeff Mays?
Yes.
Yes. He was his actual student. Can you read that one for me?
Yeah, I was super excited to have him as an instructor. It was fun to hang out with him the moment I met him.
Yep.
See that? I mean, and just became buddies on Facebook. It's like, oh my, because when you have an impact, like that on your students, it's just like the most awesome thing. And that's one of the main things why I always just love teaching. I teach every weekend. I mean, I don't want to take a weekend off. If like I worked on Saturday, I didn't have to go on Sunday, but I'm drawn to it. I try to do this thing because my girlfriend and then my mom, my dad, they're like going, you know what, Zig, you're working too much. You're gonna work yourself into an early grave.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So what I did is I was like, okay, I'm gonna start taking a weekend off a month. Guess what I did when I woke up on Saturday morning and I'm sitting like going, well, what the fuck do I do?
He means Sunday.
Guess what I did? No, I'm not. I'm just saying when I was doing this.
Yeah.
You manscaped?
No,
That was Friday.
yeah.
Friday, man.
I went to the range. I just didn't know what else to do. It's like, oh look, I have to do this because if I don't, I don't know what else to do because it's just part of my life, and I can't not like sit around and not help somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to motorcycle riding and safety. It's just like, God, I hate, I buried too many friends, before the motorcycle training curriculum was even around because of the mistakes. And then just to make that difference in a lot of people's, lives that are wanting to become part of the motorcycle family, it just, it hits me, Well,
I think there's a huge difference between MSF and Total Control. I have a friend, my dad's best friend, that taught MSF for years, and I saw the curriculum then. I didn't teach it, but now being a Total Control instructor, I do see the differences, and I see that this program works, so I'm honored to be an instructor for this program and help people out. And, like you said, I look forward to going to work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a job when you wake up.
fun.
We get up early. I mean, people don't realize how it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You're up at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And getting yourself started. You're at the range early. If whether your class or the range, you're getting yourself set up. And then when the students start showing up and you greet them, it's like going, hey, you're so ready to go.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Hello. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, yeah. Saturday
Mom-
morning, I ran class in Adelanto. I was out of bed at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
to run class before range.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't bother me a bit.
Yeah, we do double.
I was
so
I was excited to get up and go.
Yeah, so I set my alarm for 4:05. Fortunately, I'm close to my ranges. I'm like 15 minutes away, so I
Hell,
can spoil.
I get up
but-
at 3:45 still.
Yeah, you are spoiled. So mom said that Justin only meant it when he said, I love you. It was never just a phrase. It was heartfelt.
It was heartfelt.
Yeah, and you could
And I
feel
mean,
it,
if
too.
I tell you, like, it's the same thing. If I tell you I love you, I mean, you're to me, you're part of my heart. You're my circle, and I don't want to let go of that. But as long as that's if like I said, if it's the last thing I say to you, at least it's something that I truly meant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And the other things too is that Justin could dispel that myth of don't judge by a book of its cover, because Justin had a look about him. He had the beard, the hat, the cowboy hat. He kind of looked a little like a biker dude, man. This guy's tough. I don't want to talk to this guy. Complete opposite.
Yep.
Well, I
sweetheart,
think a lot of the students, when they show up, that's the first thing, because they're looking at you, and it's that first impression thing, and then you just kind of like break the ice, which is why I love to do classroom. I mean, I did when I met American Mike. He was in the class, and it's just in the classroom.
Yeah.
You kind of get to outside of the what the student sees you as. I mean, I'm an ugly motherfucker. I mean, I always get this thing like,
Won't
wow,
hear you
you're
debate from
you're
me."
so intimidating looking. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, okay. But if I don't do classroom and I just go in for the range, and I'll see that. Like, you do a split exercise, and all of a sudden, my side has 2 or 3 people, and the other side, because they were with the other instructor. Now they
Yeah,
have a repertoire with them. You know what I mean? I'm like, wait a second, what about me? You know? You get to actually project your actual personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they start having fun with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Vince Grieva says, "Is that Jordy or is that Paul Schaefer?"
Yeah, I don't get the reference. I don't know who Paul.
He doesn't know who Paul Schaefer is.
from
Well, he was the leader of
the late night show.
The band, the late night
Johnny
show.
Carson.
Yeah, Johnny
Or,
Carson.
No, Letterman.
Letterman.
I'll have to Google that. I have no idea.
Youngins.
Good guys.
The damn youngins.
There's a little bit of
There's a little age gap
little
between
bit.
me and everybody in this freaking room,
Right.
and Vince.
That's all right. We love you, Jordan.
Oh my
I know.
God.
I'm a special kind of kid. It's hard not to love me.
Even more reason why I love
Hey,
you.
you know what though? You're alive.
Yeah.
Okay. You know you survived a nasty crash.
Well, and that's what drove me to become an instructor.
So,
Was
Yeah,
because
you
I
can
wanted.
really give them an insight
Well,
to.
that's. I understand what it's
What?
like not to go through a simple crash, but to literally be dead, come back, be in rehab for
Yeah.
3 months, learn how to walk and talk, and again on my own. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
so
so
yeah.
you could
for
tell-
me,
And
for me, it's not a.
Don't do that.
It's not about just telling them. It's about really communicating it to them. So
Right.
Right, and then
I don't tell them that story, but
Yeah.
and then being able to ride again. And trust me, his mom did not want
I'm
him to be
sure.
on the back of the bike.
yeah, but she knew I was getting one.
Yeah.
Because when his mom and his dad were like going, hey Zega, just because we were talking, where's his bike, and they're like, well, it's pretty fucked up. We really don't want him to ride
Never
again.
saw it again. I was pissed.
And I'm like, well, and they're like, we really, if you could, just do something for us, just try and keep him from riding again. And
Right.
I mean, literally, like, put me on the spot. I'm like, going, you know what? I mean, I don't know how to go about that. I will do my best, but ultimately. Jordan ended up doing. Well, I just said Jordan. I haven't called you Jordan in like
Yeah, a long
time.
That's right, I was speaking for his parent.
I was talking
Yeah.
to his parents. That's right. So I'll see what I can do. And what did he do? Got a chopper.
6 months later, or I don't know, because that was April 6, like 9 months later.
Yeah. But he survived. And it's just great.
It kinda-
Which is awesome because now he has the, he had that situation where now he's like, oh well, geez, I could have been dead on a motorcycle because of a motorcycle related incident, but I'm not. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach it. I got Justin into it and I got Jordy into it.
That's awesome.
And they're instructors. You know what I mean? So it's just great.
I think I'm about fourth. I think I wrote about 4 into it now, as far as being instructors. Like Mike Polero was, I meet him
cool.
at bike nights.
Mike's a cool guy.
He'd come up and talk to me at bike nights, right?
Yeah.
So what's it like to be an instructor? What do I need to do to be an instructor? And I'm like, no, there's a lot of things, man. You got to jump through like 10 hoops of fire and do this and that, and it takes X amount of months of shadowing
Yeah.
and all these things, and left it at that. Next bike night, comes up to me again. Just kept wanting more info. I'm like, okay, I see he's serious and he really wants to do this.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, so I try to find good people that I think are going to be good instructors to translate to students
Right.
that they have the passion to want to teach it
Yeah.
rather than just go there and stand and watch riders go around and collect a paycheck. That drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Drives me crazy.
Yeah, if you do it for a living, I'm not. So you can do it for a living. Let me try and
Think about this before you say it. Zach.
Yes.
You could follow.
It's not. What's the phrase? What was the million? It's not just a job. It's an adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's not just a job. I mean, you know what I mean.
You've been doing this
I'm
a
not-
long time, dude. You know what I'm talking about. There's some that just stand there and just kind of.
I've been doing it for 17 years, and I think
They're still following the curriculum, but there's no passion behind it.
Right.
And you're still following the curriculum, doing your job, but it's like the passion of really wanting to bring
Yeah.
your students and give them more.
Well, the thing is you have to follow curriculum. That's just the bottom line. You have
Correct.
to follow curriculum. That's
Or
you
TFC.
can't make it Mike Alpine's road course. You can't make it America Mike's
You can if you
Trial
follow
and
the
error.
different curriculum.
And sell it yourself.
You can't make it
exactly.
Jordy's jam session. You have to
don't know how to
follow
play
a
instruments.
curriculum. But the thing is, you can still make it fun.
Yeah.
You can still add your personality
Yeah.
to it, and
You
and-
can emphasize things like, why do we need to use both brakes?
Right.
Okay, so we don't go flying around a corner and not build that muscle memory. That's why.
Yeah.
If you don't, I'm really hard on them to make sure that they are using the brakes as the directions. I make sure they follow the directions exactly because the students will get lazy.
Yeah.
They'll be like, okay, I did it 3 times and now I'm just going to ride around in circles.
Yeah.
And I tell a student, we could just ride in circles, but no one's going to learn anything.
Yeah.
And you're not going to build the muscle memory to save you when you go out on the street. So, having the passion is the difference rather than just standing there and, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
right.
But, again, it all goes back to Justin and a passion that he had to want to teach it.
Yeah.
And those are the people that we want to have involved in it. Like Michelle said, I moved to Oregon 7 years ago. I do not miss the California traffic, but since I have been here almost a month now, I'm reminded daily how vitally important your job is. People need to learn to ride correctly out there or out here. Thank God for what you guys do. Thank you, Michelle. Yes. I wish, well, there's pretty much hands down that I wish that you had to take a safety
Yes.
course to ride a motorcycle.
Like
period.
most,
I agree.
like a lot of countries outside the U.S.
Period,
In order
because-
to ride one, you have to take
dude,
courses and
is-
regularly take them, not just one.
Right. As instructors, how much feedback do you get at the end of the weekend? You're like, oh my God, I can't believe how much I learned.
Yeah,
The students are
exactly.
like blown away by how much they picked up.
Yeah.
And the scary part is they didn't know that was what they were
Yeah.
going to get out of it. And then the scary part is those riders out there that didn't take the course, they don't have that knowledge.
Yeah. I
And
saw
it's
one of
crazy.
the coolest things I've seen out of any of my classes this weekend. You know the father-son we had?
Yes, yeah, George and
George Jr. and Senior.
Yes,
So George Sr., after the eval and everything on day 2, when we were talking to him about the day 2 progress and whatnot, he goes, I was just here for my son. He goes, I'm getting ready to give it up, but I wanted to make sure my son, who's getting my motorcycle, took this class and got the safety stuff. And you guys taught us a lot, so thank you. That was probably the coolest piece of feedback I've ever got.
That's awesome.
yeah.
See, like,
George was cool people.
Yeah, they were really cool guys.
this weekend where Glendale Harley conducts their riding range is right by 2 busy streets. So we
Oh,
have
okay.
a lot of foot traffic, a lot of people stopping, getting out of the cars,
Yeah, a lot of people, hey,
watching
stay up there and stay.
pictures. And I probably sell about 4 seats a weekend standing there
nice.
because during the breaks, I'll give them a learn to ride card and give them all the info. And they're like, oh, wow. So we just have to, we can learn to ride? Like, they don't even know what's going on until you explain it to them.
Yeah.
And same thing. I had a rider, he'd been riding, but he's been riding for like 40 years and
Right.
says, I really need to come take this course because I want to start riding again, but I really want to freshen up. I'm like, awesome, dude. It's the best $258 you ever invested in your riding
Yeah.
career. to
Right,
start
and,
it.
and your attitude when they confront you, then you're like, oh yeah, this is
Yeah.
the way you portray yourself is like, hey, great, then that's it. Kind of like the same thing when it comes to like our higher peer instructors, like Dave Bianco, for instance. I see Dave Bianco a lot. I wish I could see Dave Sand more. I miss Christine Kosios. She's such a great human being, really to the point. But
the whole
Yeah,
program,
I mean-
period. They got the passion. The total
there's-
control trainer,
yeah.
upper echelons down, they have the passion to want to continue to push to make everyone better. That's
Right.
what's cool.
And so, and the thing is like, just like the students come to us, we can go to them, like Adam Hersingen, whoever you're talking to, Lee
love Adam.
Porks. Adam's cool people.
I love Adam.
Yeah, he is.
He's a goofball, dude, and he
love it.
really pisses me off when he fucking dumps me with this 250 Ninja like I'm parked.
Well, you can look forward to this year. He's going to be dumping you on an RT 1200.
Oh, I know exactly.
Yeah.
But like I can go to like Dave. I can walk to him. Hey, Actually, no. Actually, let me take that back. We do a lot of they do a lot of the IT training or the advanced courses at SoCal, And so if I'm teaching and if I do something slightly, just a little bit off, Dave, so, and he just pumps out the question. I'm like, damn it. You know what I mean? But the thing is that it's trying to strive to make you better. You know what I mean? And or vice versa. I can sit there and I can go up and hey, you know what, Dave, or well, there's a lot of Daves.
There's a lot of Dave. There's a lot of Dave.
But Dave Bianco's my boy. I mean, I just love him to pieces. But or whoever it is, I go up to, hey, check this out. I have this issue. You know what I mean? And I get an answer.
Yeah, it's not just, well, I don't know.
Right. No, it's like,
Or it's
check this out.
I don't know, but I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Which
Yes.
is what we should say to the students.
Yes.
Rather than blurt out something and we're just off right. Anyway, I'm
we'll
not
be-
sure. I will find out and get back
Yes.
to you.
Yeah.
Or if it's something like Bianco, he knows it. Then what he'll do is he'll go. It's funny because I always tell people
He'll
don't
make you know,
answer
like
a
you-
question with a question. Right.
Yeah.
So I'll ask Bianco a question, then he'll ask me a question back. Well, blah blah blah. I'm like, damn it. But I think about it. I'm like going, okay, and he makes me answer it, and boom, and he goes, there you go.
Yeah.
But I can't do Dave's voice.
But
It is a raspy
It's
voice.
a raspy voice.
But it's having the knack to do it without making you feel like a total idiot.
Yeah.
To actually make it a positive
Right.
out of the negative.
Right.
Rather than just, you're stupid, dude. You should have known.
Yeah.
How many people do that? It's like, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't help anybody. You don't tell them, come on, man, you're stupid. You should know better.
Well, that's
no,
what-
it's knowing how
A lot
to.
of people aren't humble either.
Yeah, knowing how to get you to understand in a positive manner.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
that's what's key. It's great. Like the end of the day 2 review. One of the things I like to tell the students in the light bulb moment, because one of the things we try to press upon the students is to take the furthering classes, the
Right.
intermediate rider clinic, advanced rider clinic, and just plateau and build on the foundation they have. Well,
We're losing weight, Zig.
I am. I actually squeezed.
nice.
Yeah.
Mr. Derek, the shrinking Ziggy. But you tell them, the thing that you can really get their mind to open up is when, think about where you started yesterday, meaning Saturday morning when they start out.
Yeah.
Pretty much none of them have ever ridden a motorcycle
Never
before.
been on a motorcycle before.
Okay, to day
Yeah.
2, where they've been just, 14 to 20 miles an hour, railing around corners, having a great day. And I tell them, think about, where are you in 2 days?
Right.
Where would you be if we could do this for 5 days? Where would you be if we could do this for a month? And their eyes go like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You only push your students to 20
Wow.
miles per hour?
Whatever the book said, man, follow the directions.
RTFC, Chris.
Yeah.
RTFC.
So but the look you get on their faces is priceless, because they go like, oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
And I said, that's
Yeah.
what training will do. You will invest in your life, invest in your training, and get better at your skill set. And it just keeps going. You just keep going and building on it, on top of what you've already learned. But I always tell them, okay, you now have the foundation set for your training.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just the safety end of the basic to get you out on the road. Now you need to get back in here and take the intermediate rider clinic.
Yeah. I love day 1 at the end of the day, and you're going over the debrief and talking about what they've done and learned on the range, and I always say, so who never rode a motorcycle as of today? And sometimes it's all the hands, and I'm like, guess what? You rode a motorcycle today.
Yeah.
How does that feel? And they all, just the smiles on their face
Yeah.
is incredible, and then I said, so let's look forward to day 2. I said, tomorrow we're going to have even more fun.
There you go.
You know what we can do too? Then exercise 3, after you debrief, and exercise 3, you just high five him. He says, you're like,
Yeah.
We are riding
We're riding
motorcycles.
motorcycles. Yeah.
They got their
Yeah.
feet up. They were riding motorcycles for the first time, and they don't realize it. They really don't. Until
They
you
don't.
tell them that, they don't
Yeah.
realize they just
Yeah.
rode a motorcycle and never done that.
Yeah.
And again, you try to find that passion you can push upon them to build a little bit of confidence, and that'll help you throughout the whole weekend because it relaxes their mind and makes them want to learn. They're like, oh yeah, this is cool. As soon as you get them on that, you build that trust factor, and then the listen, and then next thing you know, your days are much easier because you're showing them the passion and not just making it a laborious day of
Right.
stressed out trying to figure out how to ride. You know,
Well,
it's like-
when do you make the biggest impact on your students
In the classroom.
in the classroom?
Yeah.
From day one.
yeah,
Yeah.
and as we know, depending on who's teaching the classroom, can have a result of how it starts out on the range.
Oh yeah. So being that I'm a traveling instructor, there's sometimes when I didn't do if I've traveled far, and then it's like I go to the range one and I go, oh wow, when did you
What'd you
do
not
job
teach
in-
them in class?
Yeah, what did you not do in classroom? It's a struggle. So, but
Did anybody cover the clutches? Jeez.
right? Lena,
It's like
Lena.
it's like
What
okay,
up?
full
Okay, so Lena, when is
seconds.
when is
to
your,
get the clutch out?
when is your well you actually well it that's actually not you can I use the same thing. I use the same I call it the 4-second rule, and okay. I say you can have the same exact motorcycle,
one.
but your friction zone is going to be in a different place.
Half a
But
second.
obviously I wait till after they if they're constantly stalling it, then I go, okay, now watch this. Wait till it starts to feel the bike start to move. Okay, now count 4 motorcycles. 1 motorcycle, 2 motorcycle, and then they boom, let's get it. Lena, when is your birthday?
420.
Okay. So
You've known that. You've known me for how many years?
I mean, come on, I don't know. I know.
Dude, he doesn't know my birthday. We've known each other 17 years.
Right, and I know 3 birthdays, mine and my boys. I don't even know my girlfriend's.
You're a dick.
I don't know Otsko's. She actually literally reminds me.
fucking dick.
I am.
Reminds you,
I
that's
am.
great.
Everybody reminds me of everything.
We've been together for 8 years, and then 3 years, back in the early '90s. You know what I mean? It's like I just don't know. I don't even know the boy's mom's birthday. I don't know
she
my
divorced
dad.
you, so fuck her.
But anyways, so 420. So
Right.
Lena, what if we were to all pitch in, and because I know you want to take the course, and what if we were all to pitch in and get you a spot in the training course? But here's
I don't
the thing.
have a bike.
You don't
need
need
a
a
That's-
bike.
You don't need a bike.
Those are the
We supply
advanced
the bikes for you.
You just need ankle-covered footwear. And
And a jacket, like you got your Harley jacket,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which would be perfect.
Which I got a good deal on.
the range supplies the helmet, gloves, motorcycle.
So all you need is your knee-high fuck me boots.
Wow. I don't think they're going to work on a motorcycle.
Wow.
He went there.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
Chris
that
just
was-
like jumped off
Who actually, hold on.
fucking
Who
cliff,
just
man.
said that?
Chris.
That was Mike Alpine.
yeah, I don't think so.
You asshole.
Hey, Vince Green wants to know when your birthday is, and I bet you it's because he's going to remember it and shove it in your face.
Oh, mine?
I want to call you Mr. Calloway, but Mr. Walsh,
Yes.
Dickwad.
that's me.
Wow.
Thank you.
Zig has actually seen me when I'm dressed up, and he didn't
You're a whole
recognize
lot of
me. And then
dicks.
I
You're
just,
not a dick. You're
and
a
then I
lot
just,
of dicks.
and then I just threw on like, I came in. Didn't I show up one day like totally all dressed up, and you were like, "What? Who the?" It was,
Yeah. No,
You're like,
no,
what
you
the
show
fuck?
up. You show up at that MTL all dressed up.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, we
I
went-
think she should take
I
the
would shit
course so
there.
she knows what we're talking about.
Justin's mom says she'll donate her old fuck me boots to the cause.
Oh my god.
God, no!
Oh, Michelle, that's great.
Wow.
So
You guys just realized I just broke up with some dude because he's a lying, cheating asshole. I don't need that.
So
All the
Lena,
more reason for fuck.
before we start making rights and lefts, so if we were to pitch in and get you into the rider course, you take the rider course, but you'd have to like get on them. You have to get your goal would be to get a motorcycle.
Yeah.
What if we did that as a birthday present, but you'd have to get a motorcycle because there's no sense in taking the course.
I do want a
I know
motorcycle.
somebody might be getting rid of them.
Actually, you know, let me take
nice.
that.
Hold on, I do want a motorcycle. Right now I can't afford one.
Actually,
but
hang on
we
a second.
can do
Let me
whole-
take that back. I shouldn't have said if you take the course, as long as you're going to get a motorcycle. Because you know what? There are people that take the course to see if it's something for
it's
them.
something for them.
So
Some people,
I was
motorcycles aren't
absolutely,
for them.
I
I took it.
absolutely put my foot in my mouth.
Too
on
much
that one.
fear. Can't have
My
balance.
apologies. But that will give you a good idea. But
Well,
you know,
I want to do it. Maybe we could do like a semi GoFundMe, and then I could buy a used one.
No, I'm just saying. I think that we could.
I think Zig has plenty of bikes in his shop. He can probably donate you.
I don't want to die. I'm sorry. Avenger Cycle Works is awesome, right there in San Bernardino. You go there right now.
I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll do. If we pitch in and we get you through the course, I will actually help you get a motorcycle. How about that?
For real?
I said help. Yes, I will.
Okay.
Okay.
real?
So now is the mom Jewish and the dad's Mexican or vice versa?
Vice versa.
Okay. So which one is going to kill me first?
Not my dad.
Okay.
Why put the bike in front of the cart first? Why don't we get her through the course and
That's
see
what I'm
what
saying.
she
But
thinks?
I've been wanting a motorcycle for 20 fucking years. You have no
I
idea.
know.
Fucking
You've
years.
mentioned that.
Ooh,
You mentioned
that's a
that a lot
long
of times.
time.
You mentioned that a lot of times.
Fucking years.
And I think that would be awesome.
Those are
If-
dog years.
You know what's so funny? Hold on. Which dumbass said that?
We're all dumbasses.
forget it. There's
And now they're all muted.
but
Thanks, Mike.
no, what you've been mentioning it for a long time.
I just
I think that would
slipped
be
out.
awesome.
The one time when I was 17, I went to Sturgis. I always wanted a bike.
Oh, you actually been to Sturgis?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Well, fucking A. I mean, I
With
haven't
my
even- I
parents
haven't
in a
even been to Sturgis.
minivan. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I still, you know what? You could have my shirt. It's still in brand new condition because it's huge on me now. It's an extra large. You can have it.
Sturgis.
Michelle's like, Zig,
I've never been to Sturgis.
put a motor in Buzz for her.
You know what? I think you and I talked
Yes.
about that, America Mike. Didn't we? We were talking about
Buzz
like
mode.
that's
Buzz.
something on
Extra
the bucket
vibration.
list.
What's that?
I'm not asking for like,
Yeah,
Or was it Daytona?
We're gonna
Bike
glue a
Week?
dildo to her back seat.
Stern is probably better than Daytona.
Daytona,
You've seen that
yeah.
video, haven't
seen
you?
that video.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I think that would be awesome. Okay, so I'll tell you what.
you know what? Fine. I don't want like a huge, like I want to learn it, get it, woohoo. I don't want like this huge.
Oh
like,
no, I'm not
boom,
talking
like,
about getting you a freaking.
Like I said,
Be a little moped.
I think I know where there's going to be a 97 Virago for sale.
There you go. Like, yeah, there you go. Or a Honda Rebel. You know,
Those are really cool. There's a couple of people at my different
Do you
offices.
know how much
that ride
mileage
those.
I would save in gas money? Fuck yeah.
I have a Virago 250.
Do you
I do.
really for sale?
Could be. Yeah.
Oh, see, I think we should start the ball rolling. And so
the bowl.
Like the bowl.
Is that what I said? The ball?
Did you pack it already, Zed?
Was I kind of like it in another?
That's where I'm
Was
going.
that
with
in another
Tim.
show? I didn't say
right.
this one's into
God.
it.
It must have been. It must have been the 420 birthday.
Right.
Bianco must have known you were talking about him. He's tuned in now.
What's up, Dave Bianco?
What's up, Dave?
But I think we get the ball rolling, and
I think
know,
it's
Get Lena.
So-
get Lena rolling.
so there you go.
Yeah.
So there you go, Lena. So we'll be figuring this out. Okay.
Well, you just got a donation of
Yeah.
Buzz.
What's that?
A donation of Buzz.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a start.
Happy to donate
well-
Buzz.
And now you got
there
hooker
you go.
boots and a
I mean,
bike.
you know who Buzz is or what Buzz
Yeah,
is.
Buzz about. You know what?
Well, I don't have beverages.
I think that
I don't
would
want
be awesome,
beverages
but
while
you know
I'm
what?
on a motorcycle.
I would.
I will Uber a motorcycle.
I would actually
We should
like
start that service.
I would actually like Dakota to fix it. It needs a motor, because
And that's
it's a long story of who
Did what?
Pyro
Behind Justin, yeah.
Justin
Yeah.
sold it to, and then they just
Destroyed it.
yeah, they fucked it up. So but I would like to see Dakota riding that one.
Yeah.
Hey, what time is it?
I think that would be
It's
awesome.
8:53, and I'm at
Okay,
9
so-
o'clock. Allie wants to go home
Real-
because I have to open in the morning again. God damn it!
Oy. Anyway, real quick before we run out of time, one thing that I was trying to fit in
You said fit in.
with fit it in her. One thing that
damn
that
it.
like I don't know when it was, probably 4 or 5 months ago. Justin and I met up at the AMPM down the street at the old shop.
Yeah.
And we were, sitting around shooting the shit. But we had been talking about him and his iron butt stuff. Because we all remember,
yeah.
Yeah, he
freaking-
loved that stuff.
he
did.
would just be, next thing you know, he's in Texas.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, really?
Like, hey, I just saw him at 1 in the afternoon yesterday. Like, how the hell?
It just never worked out that I could go with him. I really wanted to go. So what we were planning was a iron butt ride coming up sometime in this coming spring. So he's like, dude, I'm totally down. Let's do it. Because what my game plan was, I want to do the iron butt. I wanted Justin to go with me since he's got he's already done it, so he knows what to do.
Yeah.
Well, what I told him was my plan was to leave here, like somewhere in this area, like at midnight on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
Ride to Salt Lake City to Black Rifle Coffee, have coffee, and then ride back. That'll put us over the 1,000-mile mark. The reason why I picked that route because it's like the Cannonball Run route.
Right.
Because
yeah.
the speeds are really high. They were talking like speed limits 75. I think there's some 80 mile an hour speed limits in Utah. So it's just going to be a bomb, fly up to Salt Lake, have some coffee, and fly back and do the whole iron butt thing. The 1,000+ miles. And he's like, dude, I'm so down. So just let me know when. So I just haven't figured out the exact date. So what I'm throwing out there is if anybody wants to join, let's figure out a date,
let's
maybe
plan it
somewhere
out.
in March
Hey, Lena.
when it's springtime, March, April, maybe when it's spring. and the
April might
weather's
be
good.
more like it for me.
I
'cause-
need a more comfortable bike.
I say I'm gonna have to get-
I
March, you still
am
got
down for
snow
that,
up
but I
there.
need a more
Yeah.
comfortable bike.
Hang on, guys. So 3 minutes on chaotic, and then no, I mean I'll just we can just stick around so we can sign off on the chaotic, and then just keep the YouTube going. You're not going to leave us, are you already?
yeah, she.
What
just
do
said
you-
she
I
needs
have to
leave at
open in the
9.
morning. I have to
What-
get up
what
at
time?
5.
You have to get up at 5. We get up at 3
Good for you.
on the weekends.
Look at this asshole.
I have not had a day off in 6 days, so yeah.
Your 6 days.
Okay,
Thick
so
day.
let me see. Well,
you Mike
we work
Tyson?
7 days.
I do a lot of physical labor and have to deal with assholes like Chris at my store.
Oh yeah, you got Chris visiting the store. Your house is right across the street, huh?
Shit.
I'm just looking for Anejos.
I can see Chris walking in. Like,
He wasn't.
Lena! Lena, where you at?
Actually, to be honest with you, he was not being an asshole. It was kind of funny because I think I just came in from lunch and I was just in my car and I was dealing with
Rusk says
stuff.
count me in.
She was being the asshole.
I am the asshole. I am always an asshole. When I'm not an asshole at work, customers go to my manager and go, "What's wrong?"
What's wrong with her?
Oh, jeez.
They literally do that.
Real quick, bunch of people chiming in with that, saying that they went in. So, yes, that's cool. Let's plan it together. So, again, it's going to be
Let's try for April.
somewhere SoCal, this area, to Salt Lake City and back.
Let's try April. I need to get another motorcycle. I cannot do that on my motorcycle.
All right.
On your FC1, you can do that.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't want to.
You can always rent something.
Wait, are they doing a GoFundMe to get me like a little beat up motorcycle to rock on?
We'll figure that one out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out when it
so-
comes.
Yeah, we'll
Something
figure
like
that
what
out.
American Mike or Justin had, some like nice big victory that I can just be comfortable on.
My sister
wanna
might
borrow
let
my
me
Is
use
it
the
right
Did you
there?
hear what I
Harley
said? I'm
for
like,
that.
Sure.
No shit.
She's got a street
Just
glide.
set it up for high speed.
Why not?
'cause we could be going high
Oh,
speed.
yeah.
I would absolutely love to do that.
You know how to ride it better than I do.
Shit.
Can be like,
but
Buford
you
T.
gotta roll
Justice.
with
I'm in
us.
high speed
Not if you ride
pursuit.
my
Right.
bike.
Well, that's what I mean. Then how are you going
Vince
to go with
Griever
it?
can play that one.
I am
Sure,
not sitting on
right?
a bike for 1,000 miles.
I'm in a high.
I am an old
now you
fucker
did
and
it
my
again.
butt can't take it.
wait a second.
my heart right
but
now.
me and Jordy, we've got thousands of miles on
Jordy
each
can
other.
be your bitch.
Yeah, but yeah, wait a second, American Mike. Is that you told me that's the fucking reason you bought your victory?
It is, but not
I
to do
am not
1,000
hardly
miles in one
certified, Dave.
day.
Oh no!
On Jordy?
No.
What?
Yeah. HD don't rent no more, I know, but Eagle
don't think I
Rider
wanna do
does.
that.
Eagle Rider's got
Fine.
one of everything. Go to Eagle Rider if whatever. That's my guess to go to. You can ride a Victory. You can ride
Wait,
a
I gotta-
Indian.
I got a question. Has
Well,
anybody
hang-
in this
hang-
room
hang-
heard my motorcycle?
Hang on a
For
second.
1,000 miles?
It sounds awesome.
Hang on a second, guys. So we're signing off on Chaotic Radio US, yes?
Or we can. You still have an hour.
No. That's good. We can sign off on that. Yeah, we call that a day.
You can
we're
do
still,
what
we're
you
still
want.
on. We're still on FB and YouTube, so we can keep that going. I'll shut that off.
You know how to shut the other things off?
Yeah.
Both of them?
Yes. Well, I mean, the Mevo's on my phone, so
No, but the recording, the Reaper.
no. I just keep the YouTube going.
1,000 miles on a VMAX
You-
stopping
you-
every
you
80
can-
miles
you
for
can
gas.
we can close.
All
out.
right, hold on. Let's end this then on fucking chaotic right now. Ready? Hold on.
Yeah, it'll be totally planned out as far as the stops and all
See
that
it,
stuff.
chaotic.
Calm your tits. Hold on.
Calm your tits.
My tits are pretty calm, bro.
They are.
Now you can end it. Now you can end the show
Oh,
on chaotic.
and
Woo!
but JJ hates this song.
Does he?
I love this
And that's
song.
why I play it so
That's
much.
right. Thank you, honey.
Boy.
So those of you on Chaotic
Oh, wait.
Radio US.
Hold on. Stop. Hold on. Did JJ tell you how I got him backstage and he was like a rock star?
Yes, he did.
With
Alright,
Brett
cool.
Michaels?
No,
No.
at Safe Harris.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for all you fuckers not showing it. But yeah, we snuck him backstage.
You're welcome.
I was working. Sorry.
I know.
So
We
I
snuck him
and I was
backstage.
in Camarillo. So.
Did you ever see the picture? He's there with like his sweatshirt around his
CBR
waist. He's like this behind Monique's manager, like this.
Oh, hey.
It was hilarious.
And anybody into punk rock? Because Guttermouth is playing at 4th and Mill on
Okay.
Friday.
Nah.
Ooh,
The
get
last
the
punk
fuck.
rock I listened
Hang on.
to was like
All right, so ready to sign off on
Hold on.
Chaotic Radio US?
Hold on. Oh, get the.
Hey, weren't you leaving
What
2 minutes ago?
What are you doing in there?
I think she's having a seizure.
Hey, that's not funny.
What are you
Alright, hold
choking on?
Licorice. Fuck Guttermouth. They're nothing anymore. Who gives a shit?
To you, that's your opinion.
Right?
Well, if they're playing
Ah.
at 4th and Mill, they're probably getting paid like $700. So fuck that.
You know what? They don't care. It's like motorcycle training. We're in it for the joy of everybody else.
Shit, I don't get paid at all when I fucking gig. What the hell?
So just
Right.
for JJ, and then here you go.
Let's hear it.
There we go. All right. So, anyways, so those are Chaotic Radio US. So we're signing off on chaoticradio.us, but we're still going on FB Live and we're still going on YouTube. We're not done yet. Because I'm just not done talking.
But yes,
I'm not done either.
me
motorcycle
being a lazy bitch, I just need to go
All right,
get
honey.
sleep.
I love you, Lena. Thanks for coming in.
But if you do listen
Bye-bye
to
now.
the Chaotic app, I guess so. There might be a show with me. I don't know. Who gives a fuck?
Well,
Love you, honey.
Lena.
Bye-bye now.
Shut the fuck up!
See ya.
Bye.
Oh, cool. I still want to buy another motorcycle, but that was very nice of Mike to offer up his since he won't do it.
That was very awesome.
You
Definitely.
guys are done.
Thank you, honey.
Hey, I've been hearing that for years.
Go get some
So,
sleep.
I'll hug you guys
okay,
in a
so
minute.
we're gonna get Lena on a bike. That's
All right, so I'm closing the
goal for
Reaper off. so-
2019.
The
Thank
end.
you, honey. Appreciate
Yeah, whatever.
that.
Crap, I exited out of the screen on accident and I got back, but
That's only $65.
Dakota was
Four of
saying
us.
there's going to be an
she shut
Arbet
off my
ride to spread Justin's ashes. Didn't say when, but please keep us posted, Dakota, on that
My
one.
mic is it's
Yeah,
No,
please,
you're on.
definitely.
Yeah,
hear ya.
well,
She finally
you
turned
know,
it
it's-
down.
Yeah, it all depends
good.
on where it's at. Dakota, keep me posted. And I mean, a 1,000-mile ride. It's not about 1,000 miles. It's finding the time, closing my shop.
It's the occasion.
Yeah, but if I can manage it, it's I'm already scheduled too on for the training. But yeah, let me know, Dakota. If I can make it, dude, I'm there. I'll fucking fire up my Harley. I'm good to go.
I might be able to borrow.
I'll put a bedroll on the right in the front of my forks, dude.
You can do 1,000 miles on the Harley? Wow.
Why not?
I'm just saying. That's
Should be a lot better than 1,000 miles on my CBR. That's for sure.
fuck yeah.
Thousands of miles.
Zig's gonna be hurting. Zig's gonna look like me when we're on our way to VC. We're gonna make a pit stop. And
Whose phone is that?
Not mine. Mine's on silent.
Not mine.
It's six.
It's your phone.
Oh, it's actually Dakota.
What's Dakota?
Dakota's calling in live.
Oh, Dakota, you're
Dakota.
calling on my phone, man.
Call the other number. Give him the number.
Hopefully the Mevo doesn't shut off.
Yeah, put it in front of the microphone. We can hear him.
Let me see.
We can hear him.
Let me see.
What's up, Dakota?
It's the what do they call that? The time.
The delay.
The
time,
JJ
space,
talks
and
about that
continuum.
time space continuum, dude.
We waited a little while before we spread my dad's ashes. We waited until the time was a little bit more appropriate when things had settled down a little bit. We went to Tombstone, Arizona, and spread his ashes at Boot Hill Bunker because he was an old cowboy.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
we will probably do the same run. It is almost exactly 500 miles each direction. So it's 500 to Tombstone, 500 back. It is a day run.
Nice.
That seems pretty attainable. You also can do. There's a few others that are pretty attainable for guys that are doing their first time iron. But the first run we did, it took us like 23 hours. Me and Justin have done them before in like 15. So it really depends on how many guys you're trying to gas up and get moving.
Yeah.
So that seems like something that's a little more attainable for a group effort to do a group iron butt because there's a lot of documentation.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's really going to be up to how everybody's feeling. It's normally under those circumstances, I'm all about the group deal and trying to keep everybody real tight and trying to do the group effort. So we have to be real coordinated. But on those, somebody still has to finish the ride. So at least somebody can say it got done. So if somebody's got to stay with the guys that fall behind, or if bikes fail, whatever the case may be, then it's nice to have a few bikes so that we can all make a group effort and at least somebody can do a completion. But that's how we did it for my pops. So that'll probably be the intention again.
Awesome.
Today is actually the 5-year anniversary of my father dying in a motorcycle-related incident. So
Wow.
it's kind of a real big day. It's kind of a big hit directly after the circumstance that we're dealing with right now.
Now, so now Dakota. So, what month would this be taking place?
I'm imagining August or September. I would normally not push off that far, or at least do like an anniversary type deal, but we would like Cassie to be able to go.
Okay, well, see, that's well in
Yeah.
advance. See, I can manage that. I was thinking like in the next month. You know what I mean? And I'm already all booked
Because
up.
then we all have to tell our
But-
side owners I can't work that day.
Yeah, you know what?
we need
Because
at least 3 months.
Time for everybody to get everything suited up, get new tires, gear ratio change, services, whatever necessary things they need to do before the ride. Because I mean, it sounds real easy to anybody that's not done an iron butt.
No, it's
but
not that easy.
1,000 miles without giving the bike a break or your
Yeah.
crotch or anything else. I mean, it's a valiant effort.
Yeah.
You have to be dedicated to the idea, and somewhere around halfway, when you stop at Tombstone, you'll remember exactly why you're doing it. And your bike will too. If you're not prepared and your equipment's not properly maintained, it will fail.
Yeah.
So it's nice to give everybody a heads up and go, look, we're doing a thing. This is not just look, we're going to Vegas. This ain't
Yeah.
Vegas, kids. We're out here doing some
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it's
So
like going to
1,000
Virginia
miles.
City and back on the same day, Zig.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you give at least make sure that the instructors, Dakota, because we do book ourselves several months in advance for training. So make sure that we know well in advance, so that we don't have to schedule that. And
Yeah.
I'm down.
I'm down.
Fucking
I'm
A,
down.
dude. See, Mike Alpine's got his
find the
horns
bike.
up.
I'll find
See,
the bike.
Chris, I got a bike for you,
Heads
dude.
up and give you a bunch of lead time so that everybody can help each other get coordinated, and we'll make a.
And I'll be paying
proper
for a service on a Victory, apparently. So
There you go. You ready to do 1,000 miles in a day, America Mike?
he already said he ain't doing it.
I don't know.
We can get him to do
Oh,
it.
this old bastard.
So
I'll have to think about that one.
Dakota, Zig should not manscape before this ride, right?
I don't know about that. I manscape twice a week.
I don't know about that.
I mean, maybe he's just not doing it often enough.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, well, you got
What's the heck is
maintenance
this
throttle,
for?
you got maintenance manscaping, bro.
We did our last one at Tombstone. We did it as an anniversary for my father, so it was in mid-January, and we actually hit hail 4 times and
Wow.
cross condition twice, and
Love
went
it.
through rainstorms several times throughout the 24-hour period. So
What I'm talking about.
it'd probably be a little bit more beneficial to everybody if we kind of push it towards a little bit of a warmer part of the season.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you this, that I would definitely be in, because me and Jordan, we would go to Virginia City every year, and
Yeah,
it
1,000
was
miles under him.
it's four it was
It's like
400
493 miles.
miles one way, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And so, okay, so I can definitely. I'm not really
I can do it.
my goal wouldn't be to do 1,000 miles in one day, but I can guarantee you, I would definitely make it all the way to Tombstone, for at least to sit there and spread the ashes. You know what I mean? And for our brother Justin. But now on the way back, I might be falling back a little bit.
I will know how to ride a motorcycle.
There's a rest area. I'm going to be right here, guys. I will text you when I stop. Just keep on going, boys.
I mean, if you do it over 2 days, I'm in.
Yeah. See, I'll be there with me and America Mike be like going, okay, fuck this.
Yeah.
He took all the documentation for all of them. The last one we did, I didn't even want to go on it. He wanted me to go. I didn't document it. So I don't have the cert. I don't have the tag. Yeah, I did it. But that's not what it's about. We know what it's about. It's
right.
about
That's right.
About the passion. And then
That's right.
I don't think there'll be any problem getting everybody back. And you know damn well if somebody's getting left behind, we got pickup trucks. It's not that far. We're going to take care of everybody involved.
Oh, no, I'm not worried about the pickup truck.
Yeah.
I'm just like, hey, that hotel, it's got a bed. and look at it right across the street. There's a Denny's. Oh, look at right next door is a liquor store.
Ziggy's old. Ziggy needs a nap.
Okay, well, yeah. Make sure you keep us informed, Dakota.
I got to start researching
As soon
a
as
bike to
I know,
buy.
I know a lot of you guys got me on Facebook. I've been just adding everybody that's requesting so that they can keep up to date.
Yeah, I don't
So,
want $200 payments on a
as
motorcycle.
things come up, I will let everybody know, and y'all can spread the news, and we'll get something worked out and do a big one in his honor.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's definitely what we want to do. That's for sure, brother.
Yeah, I'll start looking in the next week or so to buy something more comfortable for that kind of haul.
So, but so we'll see you on Saturday, though. Yeah.
Yes, sir. One of us will be taking, it'll either be me or my stepdad will be taking Altivo. So Altivo will be at the event, at the memorial.
Awesome.
So unfortunately, we will not be able to ride out with you guys. We have a lot of things to coordinate.
Yeah,
in the
sure.
morning.
Yeah, we understand that.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm not working, so I'll be there too.
So, and
Really
also,
see all you guys, and we look forward to it very much. We
okay,
appreciate you guys.
okay, great. And Dakota also, when because I my announcement as far as like going for a little ride before the memorial service, or I should say the celebration of Pyro's life. The guys let me know that red. So I said white because in light of his victory. So I think if you can, I'll do a repost of red and white on the handlebars. If you want to do the same thing, that would be awesome. That way we can do a little bit of the both. Because I know that we did the yellow for the New Year's Day ride. And it was awesome because everyone was high vis, which really made it stand out.
And that was fantastic. It was nice going on a ride that was in commemoration, that was properly safe, which is what he would have wanted. I know that there was another couple of bike nights recently that did a moment of silence followed by a group ride, and they went out and acted like fools and
jeez.
created problems, and he'd have been pissed.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So knowing that we went out and we were respectful and did it as a community and it did something right, that was nice. So I'll definitely post something. But Mom has requested obviously the color red.
Okay.
No cuts, no colors, just for easy reasons, just to make everything nice and fluid, because there was a lot of club affiliation. And white for those that would like to support. Most people recognize him most heavily with Altivo, his white victory.
Yeah.
So absolutely, I'll go ahead and post something for those that see it through me first, and I'll have Mom repost them as well.
Awesome.
And red and white, not to be confused with any club colors.
Right. Yeah. White for his victory and red because
And
that
red
was
because that was his favorite color.
Yeah, that was Pyro's favorite color.
Yeah, man,
So there we
come
go.
up with something for my
Yeah.
buddy.
Alternatively, there will be security work in the door, so anybody that makes a mistake, doesn't recognize that post, will not be in anyways. So,
Oh,
Awesome.
All right.
yeah.
Is that mom in the background?
yes.
She's right here.
I'm right here.
Hi, Mom.
Here. So is Cassie. We're all
Hi,
watching.
Cassie.
Oh,
Hi, Cassie. Hi, Mom.
Mom's just waiting for me to fuck up so she can correct me.
So was I okay when I mentioned Cassie when I mentioned you being preggy? Was that okay? Did I step over boundaries?
No, it was totally fine.
Okay, very good. I don't want to have do any disrespect. Cassie probably kicked me in the nads, you know. We're like going, yeah, here's for your manscaping. Bam.
She says I blew it before you did when I posted on Facebook that we need to donate to her well-being. So I let everybody know way ahead of you, Zig.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Mom. And also, you know, when you do something as far as to help fund, you just make sure that you tag us into it so we can, you know, help and spread the word, and we'll do everything that we can to help out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay, and I did see the the post. I think it was Dakota that said there's going to be a lot of aunts and uncles when it comes to this baby, and I see a lot of people just being part of, you know, this baby's life. So I think you're going to be you and the baby are going to be very blessed, Cassie.
Yes, we will be. We support all the extra uncles we can get. This kid's going to be raised to be just like his dad. Her dad, his dad.
There we go.
Yes.
We need more of them like that.
Yeah, we'll get a dirt bike when he's 5.
Yeah, yes. Don't be surprised if he's got motorcycles before he can walk. I just want to let you know.
That was already the plan.
There you go.
It's all going to be 50s and junior dragsters and the whole deal. I mean,
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Baby.
Well, I did see your comment too, Dakota. You said, well, you know, I'm going to put a turbo on.
Yeah, I got a turbo it. Hell yeah.
That would be a blast. That would be like something so funny to see. But you know, I love you guys, and you know, thanks for calling in. And you know, it's just it just makes us feel really good to be past. I mean, we're not past the frustration of it, but we are reaching the point where we can celebrate. Like Mom posted, it's a celebration of Justin's life, and I think that's where we're at now. And I think I found peace somewhat for myself. And I think the guys have all felt peace, you know, within themselves also. And we're really looking to seeing you guys on Saturday.
There's a lot of emotions and a lot of gambits that are easy to run. And the main thing that I'm trying to remember, and we're all trying to remember here right now, is that while there is so much left to do for the family and everyone that was involved, and trying to get through this together as a family, a big family,
Yes.
is that all the frustration is, of course, there. Love is more powerful than all that, and Justin would have wanted us to love each other and be good to each other and passionate in what we do. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to be passionate and share his love, and that's really the biggest thing right now. And the outpouring of love and support has been absolutely profound, and we're finding out that Justin touched more lives than we could ever actually reach out to in response. So it's been a powerful thing for us to see. So this has been a learning experience for all of us, and the main thing is seeing you guys share the love. That's it. Is the love is the most important thing of all.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we love you guys.
We appreciate you guys, and we love you very much. We'll stop interrupting your radio.
Oh no, you're not.
No, you're not
You're not
interrupting.
interrupting.
No, this
Not
is
at all.
actually awesome. You called in, man. This is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
tops it off, man. I love it. What a way to cap off a great evening. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, and again, our hearts go out to your dad on this day of his passing, and I can't even imagine having to deal with both of these at the same time. You know, so much love to your family, definitely from mine to yours and ours.
Yes.
Yes, the whole family.
So Justin's always going to be remembered when it comes to bike rally. It's going to be it. And I'm actually going to be. I have a photo of him. I'm waiting for the frame to come in, and there will be a picture of Justin right here on the wall.
Yeah.
So that way, he's always with us.
Yeah.
Well, there's a phrase that sticks in my heart, and they say that we all pass twice. Well, the first time is when they put us in the ground, and the second time we pass is the last time anyone speaks our name. And the fact is, with all the love and support that we see and that we've known now, if this continues and he becomes an influence in other people's lives and continues to represent an influence in the people, he can live forever through us.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Always and forever.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And you know what? And like I said, since I've gotten the vest, which I really totally thank you guys for, and having his name, Justin and Pyro. When I teach, I wear it, and a lot of instructors, when he said spark 'em, I'm sure you've seen the response on when it came to my post for tonight's show. A lot of instructors are just like, "Oh, look, this is how we are starting." When we tell our students to fire them up, it is spark 'em.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That is fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah. This weekend was the first time I taught since December because my other job and Zig and I used the same damn thing.
Yeah,
And I carried it on Sunday too.
there you go.
I got
So,
looked at like, huh?
he's he's always going to be with us, and again, we're all family. So if there's anything you guys need, you just have to just touch base with us.
Oh, you guys are stuck with us forever.
Yeah.
Somehow I already knew that because somehow when I'm least expecting it, you chime in with something to correct me.
That's right. She's going to be the mom. She's mom to everybody, right?
Oh, shush, Jordy. We got pictures of you from 15 years ago.
Yeah. I look like the same bald jackass I am now.
Yeah, he's still an asshole. Nothing's changed.
Hey, so I think we all need a middle finger for Justin to the Mevo. Ready?
Yes. There you go.
We love you, Justin.
That's our boy. So, yeah, we love you guys, and we'll see you on Saturday, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes, definitely. We'll see you there.
See you
Okay,
guys
love
then.
you. Bye-bye.
Have a great evening. Bye.
Awesome.
That
Thank
was
you for calling in.
Yes, thank you.
That was
God,
it's
I-
great.
I think Jordy and I got the most middle fingers from Justin during the show.
Yeah,
used
me
to
and
get
him
him-
just went back
Oh
and
my
forth.
God, man! We used to. Oh God, his verbiage. We could just totally just
With a
tear it
smile on his
apart.
face.
I can.
No, he
I'd
got,
never be able to count
He
the
was
amount of
having fun, but
times,
he get
yeah.
mad. Give us a series like "fuck you guys, fuck you guys." If you're talking about whatever, let's make a sexual.
Because I'd
connotation
always
about it.
pick at him.
Oh yeah, we just take
I don't know how
the,
many times I heard, "Shut up, Jordy."
take the verbiage and then make a sexual into it. But
When he was trying to be completely
yeah,
serious.
and he was and you could tell him he wants to finish what he's saying. He'd be like,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Jordan and I are going back and forth like,
Yeah.
oh,
Right,
God.
he'd be right in the middle of it. Mike and I would just be going back and forth. Hey, fuck you guys.
We're like what? Your what hurts? Ball lock? What? Balls are locked? What? Fuck you. We get all mad. So funny.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm going to put the picture. I'm going to put it right there.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm just waiting for the frame to come in.
Nice.
Very cool, dude.
But it's I it's a 100 brick wall. I literally just wham.
That was really cool of Dakota to call in. That was special. I think that was way cool.
You know, and it's going to be a tough day. I mean, well, it's been tough, you know, for I mean, I'm not for just all the rest of us, but it's seriously a tough, you know, thing for the family. And Saturday's going to be just as tough. And I'm telling you, I'm like, you know, I've been prepping myself mentally for, you know, okay, you know what, I've literally cried enough to where my eyes hurt. I'm not even shitting you. You know what I mean? It's just like, so I'm gonna be done. And then when I seen Mom's post, it's the celebration of life. I'm like, okay, yeah. So that's why I started going through this different mindset and going, okay, I want to celebrate because, dude, I fucking started crying on when we were at the races.
Yeah,
I knew he was supposed to be there, you know, and I was sitting there talking to my boys, and I started freaking, you know, crying. I'm like, oh man, you know what? It's not that, you know, it's not a bad thing, but it's like, you know you have to accept and be like, you know what? I know that he would be like, okay, you know what? That's enough, Zig.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in the back of my head, like, Zig, that's enough. Right now, what you need to do is you need to push on. You need to now just, you know, think about it, all the good things, you know, because you're destroying yourself. I mean, you're mentally just like fucking yourself up, and it's not good. And I could just feel him just, you know, just like going, you know what, pick yourself up, dude. Let's do this, you know, and just keep me there, but you know, move on, brother. You know, there's a lot of good. Think of the good things that was, and think about the laughs we had. And I had to really like put myself through a serious mindset, and you know, thank God for Otsko, my girl, because it's you know, she's never seen me cry before, and then she see me just fucking bawl my eyes out for days on end, you know, and then you're always the people who are closest to you. Did he lock himself out? The people that are closest to you are the ones that are going to deal with you and your pain and your anger. You know what I mean? So, and she's really been just a really really rock hard stone for, you know, to keep me just like, look, you know, it's okay, you know.
Can't take this guy anywhere.
But you know, I that's why, you know, I was going to do this like another bitter story, but I think tonight was awesome because we actually thought about a lot of the great things, and now we realize that, you know, Justin is going to be there with us, and we're going to remember a lot of the good stuff. And we're gonna take it with us, and I'm telling you, and Sparkham is like fucking the best goddamn man in the planet.
I'm there to open the door.
Vince used to be like, oh, every time I'd be sitting on the sidelines, you know, and Justin be like, oh, all right, Sparkham, and
that's why.
And you see Vince looking at him like, Sparkham, the hell?
Yeah, see, that's why I've always been a little strange. As you probably tell, I'm a little bit weird anyway, but I've always gravitated to people that have something new, something unique, and Justin had that. Like, there was something about him. He was just something about him. He's just had something you didn't have, and like, that's cool, dude. I really dig that. When someone has a special personality about him, I gravitate to that, because I don't like just. You don't want to hang out with someone boring that just goes to the same shit every day. It's like, you know, be creative, learn, like, want to continue to do something different. And Sparkham is so Justin. It's like
you're thinking
you just come off the wall with some crazy shit. Like, that's pretty cool.
How the hell did we end up?
Right?
That's fucking cool. You know, who would have thought? Said like Sparkham.
Yeah.
He never. Only Justin could come up with something like that.
Right.
Only. You know.
And I I know that Allie and Dave, they're actually in Hawaii. That you bastards.
Hawaii.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, they're actually in Hawaii.
They deserve it.
They do. Allie and Dave, they really put a lot into. They have a real good passion about the motorcycle safety course and which is why they've been the site of the year 2 years in a row.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
You know, when I took the slow ride with Vince, I didn't realize they had moved. Because when we did the instructor training, it was over
on
by the
Arrowhead.
bowling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, yeah, because the orange show.
Oh, they moved. Wait, hold on.
It's bad. I think it's better now where it's at.
Oh, you mean
than-
at the stadium? There?
Yeah, the stadium
Yeah,
now. It wasn't
right.
there before. So
Oh, okay. See, I never knew that.
it
site
was all
before it
kind
was
of a
there.
dust hole. It
Yeah.
was-
But I did want
It was.
to give a shout out, and to speak for Allie and Dave and Matt. Matt is Allison's. I call Allie.
Brother.
Yeah, Matt is Allison's brother. But Matt said, when we found out what happened, this was the next day. I was finishing Justin's class. He said, let's see if I can remember how to phrase this right. He's like he says, you know what? He says, you had to put some of my life that I just wish they were my son. I think that's. Oh no! Okay. No. What he said. He said he told Justin. He goes, if I were to ever have a son. Okay, now I'm on the right path to travel.
You're on the right path to travel.
He says, if I were to have.
that
He was talking to Justin. He goes, if I were to have a son, I want to be just like you.
Oh.
I mean, that's a lot.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And Allison and Dave, they looked at him as like just like family, and he was just there, and Allison took it pretty hard, it was really tough. But what was unique is that we had instructors. Bubba showed up, and then Nick DeVolt showed up. We just had and Vince, and then we had a police officer that showed up. And this people just coming in. It's like going, hey, So then that's that speaks volumes. For.
Yeah.
Just his nature and
the
his
impact that he left is what we're feeling.
Yeah.
And that's, obviously we can't turn back the time and turn back the clock, but that's what's important. What he left. Otherwise, we wouldn't be talking about it right now.
A legacy. He left a legacy.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He left an impact, and that's the difference between good humans and not, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
Because people just kind of blink out and drift away, and some days you kind of go like, oh, yeah, I wonder what happened to that guy. But people that leave an impact and make a difference in people's lives, those are the ones you keep in your mind and you remember.
Yeah.
So, but the greatest things we have is what we've learned in our time with Justin and having those tools, like how to treat people.
Yeah.
Have civility.
Right.
How would Justin want us to treat strangers?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Someone shows up at your ride group, hey man, introduce them to everybody around. Just be like, oh yeah, this guy's riding with us now. How many times do you get that at certain places?
And
Nobody wants to. That wasn't Justin. It was you were now brought into the middle of his party.
Yeah.
You are now become one of around him.
Well, another thing is someone who was on the ride on New Year's Day made a video of the New Year's Day ride.
Yeah.
And it was awesome is that not only did he have Sparkum, but and I didn't even think about this until I actually seen the video
on the
because I
road.
watched him do all his iron butt ride because he would always chime in on
Yeah,
Facebook.
he
It
would.
was actually a time clock, like Dakota was saying. It keeps him in time with his whole deal.
Yeah.
I always call it the iron butthole ride. You know what I mean? I was always teasing him on that stuff. It's an iron butt, man. Hey, an iron butthole. Yeah, okay. But he did those, and he always did those videos, and he always said,
See you on the road.
"See you on the road."
See you on the road.
You know, and they have these little snippets. See you on the road. See you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. You know, and now it's like even when I left the students on Sunday.
Yeah.
Or on Saturday, I said, all right, guys, see you on the road. You know, it instantly just boom was like it came right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, so this picture, it's on my profile on my Facebook. Okay, it wasn't, hey, let's take a picture. It was Justin going, Mike, come over here. Take a picture with me. Come over here, take a picture with me. That was Justin.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, hey, can we get a picture together? It
Yeah,
was like,
he wanted to make sure he had something to remember you by. You know.
Yeah.
he brought you in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wanted to remember you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That says a million words right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a great
That's all
picture.
about Justin.
It is. That's a
You
great
know.
picture.
And like I said, you can always see his smile through that hairy ass fucking face.
There he is, man. That's classic.
You can't see ZZ Top smiling,
No.
but you can sure as hell see.
Yeah.
You can see Reed Doll smiling.
Yeah.
I have a question because I don't know the answer. How did Justin get the nickname Redial?
You know what?
He told me the
It's-
story, and I can't remember.
It's a really stupid. No disrespect, because when he came up to me, I always knew him as Pyro, and
Yeah, me too.
Mom knows him as Pyro, and there's a story behind Pyro, you know.
And I do know the story. She did share that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
this
And it's
redial
so
thing is
awesome.
because he joined a club, and it was something about him having to redial a number or whatever it was. And I'm like, you know, even when he came into the shop, you know, and I'm like, hey, what's up, Pyro? You know, and he's like, oh, well, no, I'm redial.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like,
I said, no, you're still Pyro.
yeah, no, you're Pyro. Yeah, I just want to let you know. And he would always correct me on that. And every time I say, hey, what's up, Pyro? And he would be this yeah, no. I'm sorry, dude. You are always going to be proud of me. And when I was sitting with the family on Christmas Day, you know, Mom was the first one to. She says, you know, and this redial thing. You know, she goes, he's always going to be Pyro. And I says, Mom, you know what? I'm glad you said that, because I pulled up my phone, and in my phone under his contact it says Pyro. And that's how it's been in my phone and his contact since I've met him. And it will always be Pyro, which is nice. When they did the vest,
That's
it
a cool
says
photo.
Justin Pyro.
Pyro.
You know, and it's weird. After playing football in high school, you know, we call everybody by nicknames and last names. And in the motorcycle world, we call everybody by nicknames. Justin's the only motorcyclist that I've known for a super long time that I always called by his first name.
By his first name.
Always called him Justin.
See, I
knew his nicknames, but for some reason I just
knew him as-
kind of knew him as Justin.
Redial.
Yeah.
And
Better, Mike.
Yachty?
Classic
Yeah,
Justin
I got
right there.
Yeah,
flight
pretty
to
much.
Reno tomorrow morning, so.
You know
my
what?
goodness.
I'm flying up to Reno tomorrow morning. Of
course you are.
Go pack a bag and
Sure you don't want to ride? And get
Flying
ready
to
for the Iron Butt
Reno,
ride?
that's like a 20-minute flight.
we'll be out with a 2-hour layover in Vegas.
Oh,
Oh,
what?
there you go.
Really?
There's no direct flights from Ontario.
Oh,
So
you could ride a Victory cross country up there.
ain't gonna.
In about the same amount of time.
He's a snow
Oh, that's right.
Hey, but wait a second. But wait a second, Mike. You got the heated grips. You got the
got a
same
meeting
bike as Justin.
I got a meeting at 10 o'clock,
Oh shit.
and I ain't leaving now.
This fucking guy's got heated grips, heated seat.
Thank you.
You know, the stereo. You know,
You know,
And he's gonna have Clearwater lights.
Oh
soon.
shit, really?
Yeah.
And
soon.
the
I
Clearwater's
don't
coming.
listen to anything. I'm paying attention
Oh.
to the road and what's going on.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
I listen to music once. and
That's not a bad idea at all.
I can't do it. I rode from here to Phoenix.
Well, wow, nice.
Just-
Cool.
That was last Christmas. I rode with my brothers.
okay. Well, so I guess we'll do the thing to Tombstone. But I'm going to tell you.
in one day. So.
I'm going to tell you, Mike. You and I will be the ones that are like, okay, see you later, guys. We'll see the tail lights, fade off, and then you and I pull it out of the hotel.
Works out for me.
All right.
Express.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. Have a
Denny's Liquor Store Hotel.
Yeah, we're going to
And
after this.
Love you, Mike.
Love you too.
And if anybody has any friends or anything that are selling like something, I don't know, like a cross country or some stuff like that in the upcoming months, let me know.
All right, or something. Are you saying
Something like
a
that, you know what I'm
Electra
saying?
Glide or something like that?
Well, I'm not going to buy one of those.
I
want to buy a bike that'll make it.
I think that you would be really good on an adventure tour.
Me? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I've been looking at, like the GS 800s and stuff like that.
Yes. Well, not the 800. You want to get that 12.
Yeah, I'd get the bigger motor, but
Yeah.
just like that general GS.
Because yours is the 12, right?
Yeah.
RT12. Well, and you know what I would do is I wouldn't be one of those guys that bought an adventure bike and went, I'm not going to take it off the road. I'd be the guy that went straight up to Big Bear, like, cool, there's a dirt path.
That is such a great picture.
That's an awesome
That was
picture,
that was
isn't
at
it?
the IMS show
Yeah.
in Long Beach.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just showing that just the goofball he was.
Thank you, Sam Bendel, for the pictures.
That's cool. Yeah.
Because right after it happened, he was like, "Oh my God, I took pictures of. I gotta find them and I'll send them to you." He was all like, "Oh, I remember taking pictures of them." I'm like, "Oh, cool."
Vince Griever just says he goes, what does he say? He says, Zig, come on, man. He says, if I can ride 1,000 miles plus, you can too.
Yeah, dude,
It's not if I can.
Let's do it once.
If I really force myself.
I could do it.
But do
just
I
not-
want to do it?
Right. I could do it, just not on my R1.
See,
Okay, so
see, let me put it to you this way. See, my brain is like going, yeah, we could do this.
Yeah.
No problem. My ass and my back says, Zig, guess what, dude? Actually, you know what? I'll tell you what, Vince, why don't you let me, I'll tell you what, I can do it if you let me borrow the Connie.
There you go.
I was just going to say, Vince, can I borrow a bike?
Shit.
Let me ride the Connie, Vince. I will do it on that one, man. Those things are freaking so sweet.
Are they?
Yeah, it's the Concorde.
Concorde, the
1400.
That's a great bike.
Man.
Yeah.
That's the same motor they use in the ZX14. It's just a tour version, right?
Yeah, in a tour version, sport tour version. Yeah.
ridiculously fast, man. It's so much fun.
Yeah, those are so. I could see at that point. I'd be like, everyone would see my tail light, like fan up. Whoa, those things are so fucking fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And he rails that thing on Horse Thief. He was like getting it. He was like
This is how Zig's
starting
gonna ride it. How I was riding mine, right?
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, you had a concourse? Oh, cool.
It's before I got. The
I could
RT.
do that. My Harley would be a stretch,
Look at that thing.
and then my CPR, and my
Crazy
either one, my
fast, dude. Nut.
yeah, I in my '83 GS 1100, I'd be afraid I'd be
my-
breaking down in the middle of the fucking desert.
Yeah, Zig, you got to try riding
Somewhere.
something
Two
besides an
brothers slip
overpriced
on.
vibrator, according to mom.
Sounded so good.
Nice.
Yeah, well, it's actually I didn't. It's not overpriced because I only paid $4,000 for it.
Wow. Fuck.
Yeah,
Coming at you.
Nice.
I'm still getting. I got a buddy of mine
It used to be all black. and
killing
I
me
did all
for
the
it to
high
sell.
vis.
Dude, I'll give
painted
you
all that.
$7,000. Give me some of your Harley.
have it?
No, I'm not gonna.
I sold it when I got the RT.
There's
what
so
is
many
it?
bikes out there.
What
I
we
gotta
got?
go like
Dude, I
test drive some and see what I
remember
test ride some and see what I
Vince,
want.
I had
Vince
the
brought
thing
that
so
bike
farkled
when
out.
we were doing our
Little
instructor
coverage.
training.
Oh, Jonathan.
Putting the mirrors in the windshield, so it covers where
Urazzo
the
says,
air
"Do
went
it for
through, so you can
Justin."
get your hands. Look
Yeah.
cool.
See, now I got the pressure on me. See, now the pressure's there. That's a lot of miles. 1,000 miles
do
in
it
one
on your
day.
sport bike.
Hey Zig, why
You know,
don't
it
we
would
do
probably
that?
be more comfortable on my CBR 1000 than it would be on my Harley.
Dude, for you, you're gonna hurt no
Yes.
matter what you ride.
Yeah, this is true.
Dude, I love the.
So
the
bring
look of
whatever's
the,
the most comfortable for you.
Doesn't the Connie just look fast parked?
Yeah, see, I
It looks like 100 miles an hour. Just
I think
parked.
I think Vince Grieven needs to let me use the Connie.
See, mine used to be all black like
I can do
Vince's,
it.
but then I did all the high vis because I was commuting every day and
Yes,
it
no,
waked
see, you're
people up,
trying to
but-
be like Bebe.
I'm gonna see if my sister will let me use her Harley.
Oh, look at Vince says,
Yeah.
no.
No, come on, Vince.
Come on, Vince.
'Cause he's gonna ride the Connie. That's why.
Right? He's got the Yamaha, man. You can ride that one. What the hell?
I gotta go start test riding some bikes to see what I really want.
Dude, you can. I sold that for $6,500.
Wow.
Okay, you can find them out there. That was a 2012. It had 61,000 miles on it, somewhere 60 some thousand miles.
The problem's not finding a
6,500.
used bike. The problem
Vince-
is finding a used bike that's been maintained.
Right.
They're out
Vince,
there.
Vince,
I know.
you
I bought it used for
Zorbas.
like it had 6,000 miles on it, and it was
Wow.
just some old man's bike sitting in his garage. I wanted to get rid of it. I was
Not
like,
bad.
yeah.
Vinci owner
find it.
Zobers said that he says, "See on the road." He says, "Such a beautiful saying from a beautiful person."
Yep. Yep.
Nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely the the truth. I
Vince, that
wish
was
we
a
could-
beautiful car you brought that day for Justin's memorial ride. That Malibu was just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, see, Vince says he's going to use the Connie. He's going to do that right. So see, I mean, Vince has already stepped up.
He's
Yeah.
yeah.
We better we need to plan this shit well in advance because Allie and Dave will be like going, well, shit, we want to go. Who's going to be running the range this weekend? Who's teaching? Everyone's going.
They're gonna, have
going.
to, they're gonna have to reach out to outer areas and bring in some subs,
Right.
huh?
Well, you know, actually, because just in case for Justin Services, if we were going to, there were a couple other instructors that didn't know Justin personally that were
Yeah.
going to step up and teach
Yeah.
and cover it in case those of us at SoCal wanted to pay respects. They were like, "Oh, look,
Yeah.
we'll be there." So that was awesome. You know, one was Dave Rusk, you know, with Diesel Dave.
Yep.
And then Jim,
Schmidt? Not Schmidt.
no, for Harley, Riverside Harley. Jim,
You know, I shook his hand. I can't remember his last
I don't
name.
know.
God damn it. I'm sorry, Jim. If you're listening, I'm sorry. But he has the site over in Paris.
In Paris.
But it's a Harley site.
That's
So,
what I didn't know. we had
but
a site.
they were going to step up.
No, it's
and
a
say, hey,
CMSP
look, you
site.
know,
HDRA CMSP, Harley Davidson Rider Academy.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe go getting certified in that.
But you know,
cool, dude.
they still could have covered us. That's my whole thing. Is that they were like, oh, he's going to step up and do that, which was really awesome. But fortunately, we don't have to worry about that.
That's cool. Way cool.
Zig's wearing his headphones backwards.
No, I'm not.
Then why does the one on my side say R for right? I'm to your left.
Because the cord is right. Well, because they have the fucking thing right here.
Oh, got it.
I got two cords.
The fucking thing.
You know,
Gotta have
it's,
the
your cord
fucking
short,
thing.
pal. It's under the table, so I need to have it.
Yeah, but you don't have the fucking thing. So
You're right.
Jose has the fucking thing.
You know, one of the things that I was, you know, I always wanted to, because Justin, you know, he never did a instructor track day at Horse Thief, but he did do the track clinic.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when Lee rode his bike around the track.
Oh, okay.
But I always want to do a track day with Justin, because I'm telling you, we did several rides up the 38, 330,
Yeah, with
18,
the boys and stuff. Yeah.
and with the boys, you know, and I'm telling you, he get on it and just be getting on it, and I was always wondering if I organized a ride, you know. It wasn't like the New Year's Day ride where it's an open invitation,
Right.
You know,
It was
if I organize a
couple of
ride and it's a private ride, I want to make sure that I don't have, you know, any goofballs, the people I don't know.
No
Wait,
squid
hold on.
zone.
You always invite me in. I'm a
squid.
goofball. You call me goofball all the time.
This is true. But you know, we you know, I make sure that, you know, I'll keep it down to like about 6-7 people.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously
That's
Jordy's
a
one
good-
of my.
I don't really count as one.
If you can
so-
get like my SoCal Concourse group, when we get a bunch of those guys together, dude, it's a fast ride. But there's something about riding with a group that you trust and you know their
Yeah,
abilities
exactly.
that you don't have to keep in the back of your mind
Yes.
going,
Yeah.
I don't see the last bike. What happened?
Yeah.
It's, oh, he just dropped back a little bit. He'll catch right back up. It isn't that.
I used to do that
oh,
once in a
shit
while.
moment. You know, like,
Exactly.
should we
Well, now
circle back
a lot of the
around?
rides that I do now, it has to do with my boys' friends, because now
Yeah.
you know they went to high school with, you know, and
They're all
now
riding
they're
bikes
riding.
now, yeah.
Okay, well, ride with us so I can make sure I keep you guys, in smart
check.
in a smart in
Keep
check.
the ego in check.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't let the ego get in front of the ego.
So I would and Jordy is really good about I got these guys, and then so I'll go up, and I don't have to get by everybody, to get up with my boys, which are like, they at least they think they're Valentino Rossi. But now I have to get by Justin.
Right.
On this victory, you know what I mean?
I stopped
And
trying.
this guy
whatever.
he would just take up the whole lane, and he would see me,
Yeah.
and he's like going, oh, I know what line you're going to use, and he just stuff it. No, you're not going by that way. No, you're not going. I'm like, man, okay, that's it. So I'd have to get really up on him. And after I follow his line, then I say, okay, now here's my time. I got to downshift twice, not once. I got to downshift twice, and just boom, and then get in, and then get by him, and then I have to then I have to do the same thing he always did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
fuck
last,
off, buddy.
That's the last ride I went on with Justin was when dipshit didn't tighten his axle nut. And we
Oh, yeah, my son. Oh my God.
What?
Yeah, my son's.
Dude, I don't know how he made it, how far we made it. We made it 30, 40 miles.
Oh my God, my son did it. Ugh.
And the axle nut? Or
was
the axle
gone.
started
The
backing
nut,
out?
the
It was
nut
just
came
gone.
off, and the axle actually came backed out, and he came on and boom, and his
Yeah.
tire cockeyed.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh my
didn't lose a spacer or nothing. And he just pulled
enough.
over, just enough to where it kind of it was like, whoa,
Screwed him
shit,
up,
what the hell
yeah.
happened?
Oh, what happened?
Yeah, I gave him a butt pucker on, and I was so livid. I just wanted to
my
rip.
God.
I wanted to rip his head off, man, and then just reattach it to his ass.
This was not the one that wrenches on bikes, by the way.
No, this is not Dylan. This is Drake. This is the goofball son.
Yeah.
And Justin's like going, "Really, dude?
Is it?
You're like your dad is an instructor and owns a motorcycle shop, and you don't listen
You don't
to
do
him.
that.
And I'm like going, thank you, right. So he was getting shit from.
Is
all
she
kinds
the
of
one
guys.
that ended up in the fence at?
No, that was Dylan. No, he went in and turned left,
No, that
turned
was a-
forward too high.
That was a
at
that was
Big Willow.
classic right up the fucking hill.
Yeah, but at least he was like going, you know what? Well, instead of low siding it in the dirt and then having the bike do a cartwheel,
He's like, I'm staying on it.
Yeah.
he just said straighten up and go. Well, let me see that fence is coming up really fast.
Yeah, he pulled a Jordy. He said, fuck it. It's an off-road bike now.
Right. Yeah, no, Drake went down at turn 2 at Big Willow and lost the front end and he was too far out. He was like about 3 feet out from the inside, and that's where it's all chopped out.
Yeah.
So, lost traction and
Still fighting that.
You know
cold.
what? I do need an adventure bike. I have taken my FZ off-road 5 times now, just for fun. No, I don't have dual tires. I have street tires.
I need
but I said,
something
fuck it,
more
I'm going to do it.
comfortable. I've come to the conclusion.
Well, yeah, an R1's not exactly
I want a KLR 650.
KLR 650?
Yeah, those
I
are
had
great
one.
bikes. Those are great. I had 3 of them.
I say, Zig's showing his age now,
I
KLR.
went,
650.
I went totally classic with it. I actually got a super trap slip on and put it on there. It sounds so freaking sweet. Because that's the original.
Yeah, well, it's because they had the
Yeah.
discs.
Yeah.
I didn't even put the end cap or the disc on. I threw
You have
them
to put
out.
that little shield on
Red
it.
on
the-
person.
The optional shield so the exhaust goes away from the fender. Otherwise, you melt the fender off.
Yeah.
But it sounded good. I went down to 5 because the more it's weird. The more you put in, the quieter it becomes.
Yeah.
So the less it's loud. I was down to 5. It was so freaking loud. It was just brap, brap.
I just took that whole end cap thing off. I was forget that. I'm letting this thing loud.
Dakota says red on person, white on bike.
Red on person, white on bike.
Well, that's easy for me.
Oh, well, yeah. Your whole bike's white.
Yeah.
Red on the noodle like a pecker on a poodle.
Oh, Jim Bridges. Jim Bridges.
with you,
Dakota said you
Vince-
can ride his ST1300. He'll rent a bike.
No, Vince is trying. It was Jim Bridges. Yes, that's who's. He runs the Harley.
The Harley. Okay.
Yeah. Really cool guy. I've seen
I think I
him.
just need to buy
He's
another
always
motorcycle.
at the instructor track days. He actually took the slow ride course.
Find ST.
And
Find a used ST.
I've thought about that before.
actually, the slow ride course, that's my next one. That's my next one. Hey, Vince, when are you going to be doing that?
That
one,
was
dude?
actually the bike I wanted when I went
When's the
my
next
FZ1.
one? Because I need, I'm good to go. I did the 3-wheel
Honda,
clinic.
dude. It's bulletproof.
I did the Arc 2, and in the same month. I think it was like only a couple weeks apart.
Oh wow.
And so I'm good to go as far as like any kind of like personal development. But I want to do I want to do the slow ride because Vince teaches it, and it's like 3 times I've sat there and had to watch him teach it, and I'm like, man, I'm teaching. I'm like, right here.
I want to do that.
Well, I want to go.
I think
It was fun.
Dang it.
ARC2. I need to do the ARC2, and I need
Me
to do
too. Too.
Do you guys really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've done the ARC1, but I need to do mine for my next period. So
I did the RC twice.
But don't do it during your period,
and
though.
I did the other ones once
during my
each.
period.
Actually, no, all the ones I did, I was with Dave. Dave and Dave Woods.
Wood. You got wood.
Mike. Mike's mine's in the gutter.
And
Mine usually
Diesel Dave was in every single one too, and Jim Bridges was in every single one also. Now that I think of it, and actually, that's why I jacked my back up in the Arc 1. They had to do the magic wheels. So you have to have like 4 people, one in each corner of the motorcycle.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And you do the magic wheel thing.
Magic wheels.
So here I am. I'm in the front, and now the people on the outside are supposed to pull. So that way, there's not too much weight. Oh no, people are like going like this, and I feel it, and I'm like, ding, and I'm like, oh, and you have to pull them back up.
Yeah.
Jim is not a small guy, dude. Jim's like 200, at least 225 pounds. He's a big guy,
On a
and
700 pound
on a full dresser Harley. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, really?
So that's 1,025 pounds, or 1,225.
Right.
Wow.
And so now it's my turn to do the magic wheel thing, right? And by the time I get on
the magic
my
wheel,
bike,
the
and it's
magic
just
wheel.
like
Or are we speaking of
my
weight?
back is like
magic
going,
wheel,
hey,
the
guess
magic
what?
wheel.
You fucked up. You know,
I'm down
you
with
should have been on
24
the
pounds.
other side of the motorcycle. You should have been on the right hand side of the bike.
As of this morning.
So I go and they want you to get in that body position.
I think Mike's tired.
And I couldn't slip
slaps
my ass off the seat anymore, and I
yeah.
couldn't turn
Your
my
ass.
chest. And
You can do what with your ass?
fucking Dave Bianco, man, he's like going, "Hey, Zig, you need to pulls my hip and then twist my." That's how you do it. Okay, thank you.
When I did mine, I said, hey, I'm 255 pounds. Bike's 410, so hold on tight, guys. And
And don't pull my fairings off.
right, don't pull my fairings off.
Jim Bridges says they're being generous on the weight. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so
Oh, Jim's listening.
Oh, that's funny.
yeah, so that was
Vince is like,
interesting.
Jim, get on the radio. They're talking shit about you. Zig's talking shit about you. Get on, quick.
Oh my God! So yeah, I've done all the advanced courses with Jim and Diesel Dave and
Yeah, I want to do slow ride.
and then and the tractors. And I'm telling you, man, it's funny. Let me see. Let me use funny as a light phrase. It's awesome as hell to watch Jim and Dave run around the track, dude. Because they're just, they're like so into it, dude. And on these big ass dressers, And I'm like, oh, and see, now that's what it's. And I when I was doing, when
have the radio
I was,
blaring
I
too,
would
it's
be
very
posting on my Facebook.
Yes.
But you see, to see this, you can do. These bikes can do this.
They
you
can
know?
do it, yeah.
Yeah. But Diesel Dave's got his
Dude,
music
they are
going.
slaying
He's
the
blaring
fucking
it.
track on it, dude. Yeah.
But I can tell you, when you're on the track with Jim and Dave, good luck trying to pass them. Because the thing is, we're all using the same lines. It's like what's it? This guy.
Me?
See, yeah, not this fucking guy.
Hey, this guy's a nut.
But
man.
we're all.
I heard him come in. I was like, shit.
It's like I'm gonna get wedge myself in. Oh no, they got so much torque. There's like
Yeah. Just the exhaust.
And then
Hey,
as soon as you think you want to take him on the inside or whatever, no, forget it.
just the exhaust alone will push you back 10 feet.
Right?
Like,
Right?
Yeah, that's good stuff.
And so and it was fucked up because the last time we did the track day, I told Jim and Dave, and I says, "Hey guys, I had my GoPro on there, so I had it on my helmet, right? But the problem is that my helmet, when it
Was too small.
this was the
And it
first
pinched my
time that I
head.
actually wore my leathers. This past weekend, right? And my air hump kept pushing on my helmet.
Oh.
And so what happened is that when the recording I did, it was like it was looking at my front tire. And so I'm like going, "Hey guys, man, I got a lot of video,
The
man."
tire goes round and round and round.
Right.
Front tire goes round.
And so I had to totally disappoint Jim and Dave, like, because the entire time when I'm at those things, Jim and Dave are like one of the two guys.
Well, it's a good thing my camera was aimed at them.
Right.
Shit.
Well, you had some. Good
finally got my
footage.
GoPro.
I just didn't have any good footage. I'm like going, damn it, and when I got back home, I going, all right, good, I get to post some shit, and so the next one. Now I know.
That's my life story with the fucking GoPro.
I got
some great
I
footage.
finally got a GoPro.
Oh, I took pictures. Fucked hard.
Dude, the battery life.
Oh,
is
you
not
held
good.
it down too long.
Yeah. And so it went to
camera.
Camera.
Yes.
So it took multiple still shots of nothing.
Well, how old
And
is
then-
it, dude? The new one, you just touch it once and it'll start
Ah,
recording.
man.
Well, that's
I
where
felt
they
like
all
four.
are.
Awesome.
Last time I was at Chuckwalla, this past Thanksgiving,
The old one, you got to
I
push
did the
this
same
one,
thing.
and then that one, and then this
I held
one
the
to turn it
button
on.
down until
My GoPro
the
has
light
voice
came
commands.
Yeah.
on. I held the light down till the light came on, and
Oh, did you get a new one
I'm like,
too?
okay, cool, I'm going to go. Went on the track, and then when I got home,
you got
it
the
said I
7?
had
I got
2,500
6.
Photos.
photos.
The battery freaking
I'm like,
life sucked.
what the? It like it was
I gotta
like
figure out
it
how
used
to
up all
adjust
my
the frame
memory,
rates and
and
stuff.
I'm like, oh shit.
2.5 hours.
And so my son's like,
I
going,
can get like a
Dad,
good
did
1
you
hour
hold it?"
ride in 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Are you guys having your own conversation over there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we're tuned out.
So my son says, "Did you
We're talking
hold?"
GoPro.
He said, "Did you hold the button down or just press it?" I said, "I held it down." He goes, "Yeah, Dad, you went in camera mode,
Dummy.
you idiot."
Yeah.
Dummy. What are you
So
doing?
when we were at Isle of Man,
And today on Zig with Technology.
the last day we were there, we had the most epic ride. We went exploring out on these back country roads, and we found this road that was just, twisties, straightaways, and you got the Irish Sea in the background over to the left, and all
Irish
these
Spring
hills.
on the right.
Oh my God, yeah, and
I just got that.
Sea Spring.
And some Lucky Charms on there.
My helmet's on, or my helmet. My helmet's on my head.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah, what's a good place for it?
And I thought I'd
Go
put
Lucky Charms.
record, but I pressed it and it took pictures. And it was our most epic ride the whole time we were there. And almost caught my friend Chris Dovius crossing the double yellows going head on. And then that guy avoided him and almost came on head on to me. I didn't get none of it on camera.
jeez.
None of it.
Oh,
Fail.
And then the guy turned around and flew back after us, and we pulled over because we saw he was chasing us. And he gets off his bike. He's all, "What the fuck, mate? What the hell are you guys doing? You almost fucking killed me. You fucking Americans."
Meanwhile, you're laughing.
you wanker!
yeah,
God,
and
yeah.
and Chris, he was like, I'm sorry, dude. It was totally my fault, blah, blah, blah. And the guy just kept screaming and yelling. We're like, hey, dude, it's okay. We're all alive. It was a mistake. And he's like, you come over here on these roads, you don't know them, and you're driving on the wrong side of the road. And we're like, hey, we're sorry, but I did not get any of that footage. I would have had it all on GoPro, but, we took off and I forgot to turn it on. So I'm like, looking in my mirror, pressing the button. I'm like, oh, I see the light flashing, and I'm like, okay, we're good. No, we weren't good.
Did it sound something like this?
We are permitted to start work from 8 a.m. on a weekend. We've got to crack on, or we're going to get in the neck from the boss.
Yeah, fair enough, we started a bit early.
Yeah.
Yeah, wanker!
I don't see what the problem is, you fucking wanker.
You fucking wanker.
You bloody wanker.
Bloody pork.
This one thing
Terrible
I miss
accents.
about Dutchie, dude. You fucking wanker.
Yeah, what happened to Dutchie? Because I'm
Now, Dutchie still got a show.
oh,
He's
okay,
still got it going on. Yeah.
but he was on here quite a
Says-
bit.
Well,
Right.
he's doing right out of his
Dutchie
house
song.
now. So
Oh,
he's
he's-
still going to
oh.
the station, but he's at his house.
Oh, he's
Cool.
at
He's got his little
downtown.
fucking thing all set up. Dude. He's
Nice.
Nice.
Dutchie's got it
nice.
going on. Well, he's all in Anaheim.
Blimey,
dude.
a space mate set up, mate.
Right.
FJR 1300.
So, all right, guys, I'm ready. I'm
I think my wife's on the way to pick me up.
Yeah, speaking of wifey, my wife says hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Beth.
We're not holding him against his will. He stayed.
Yeah, she enjoyed hanging out with everybody at.
Oh, that was
Supercross
super
night.
fun. It was very.
It was
nice
very
meeting
nice.
It was
you.
awesome.
You know what was nice is that
She's like, you have some cool
all our ladies got a chance. It was all couples,
Yeah,
Oh, except for me.
so everyone got to.
Well, sorta.
you kind of had a couple,
That was a friend.
It was a half of one, huh?
but you brought.
But we all, but
you brought
all
Pamela
our
and
ladies
Christina.
got to meet each other, which is nice. So now,
Wow.
Yeah,
because
that was cool.
it's very rare.
Jordy had two girlfriends with him. He had Pamela and Festina.
Well, I'm glad you brought your girl because I have never met her, so that was cool.
Yeah, and she's really
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah,
she's,
it was
she's,
awesome meeting
She
her.
is super quiet.
But
Hope maybe if we have the get together at my house, maybe we'll get the wild side of her out.
Super tenor.
she's got a wild. It just you
did?
really got to get it out of her. But she's Japanese.
I'm looking at bikes now.
and Japanese. There's women and Japanese women don't really have
GS
a.
is super comfortable.
They have a wild side, but it's like really.
In the bedroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude. Indian girls.
Right. So, but anyways,
Indian girls, huh?
thanks for everybody chiming in. I thought it was a great show.
girl.
Not Tomahawk Indian.
To
Dot Indian.
respect our, show some respect and memories of our buddy Justin.
I think we need to do
Yes.
one more shot for Justin.
Okay.
I don't know how much
I-
longer.
you're not.
Chris
you're not,
does.
I'm down.
You're not going.
I don't.
I'm
I'm
sober.
sober.
I'm
No, I'm
I've got some
sober.
more monsters.
You need some more monster.
I've got some more
Yeah, I got
monster
some
right
monster
here.
right here.
I got some monster right here. I got a tattoo of monster on my arm too.
You're going full bro on us? You're never supposed to go full retard.
Here, let me show you a monster.
Shit, even Zig and I have motorcycle related tattoos. That's cool.
You can pour your own. I
That's
don't
one
have
thing I don't think I
tattoos, so
have.
I'm not gonna pour it for you.
Thank you, Zig.
I mean, I
appreciate
kind
that.
of have a motorcycle related tattoo.
Where's yours?
but not
I know
really.
you got some sort of motorcycle madness.
Oh, hey, you know what, dude? Guess
is
when
it?
I went grocery shopping, I found fucking.
I guess I'll have to
and it
incorporate
was
that into my tattooing.
Yeah.
the cauliflower potato,
Still got
mashed
about
potato.
6% of my back that's not covered.
I'm making that when I get home tonight. Because I gotta make my meals when I get home.
My back is almost 100%.
Every time she finds
I didn't even know
something-
you even had ink, dude.
Oh, dude, I got
I didn't-
ink all over.
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
I ran out of freaking time and money, dude, or I would have had
Yeah.
full freaking sleeves.
I try and
Yeah,
get
mine go all
This is one of my
back,
original
on my back. Yeah,
the
I gotta work on my
double
legs
legs.
now. That's my next thing.
So, like when we went
The
to
legs hurt.
Supercross, you know,
The legs hurt.
I met running at Brian Deegan. They were when we first got there. They were at there was like some trailer where
I
the
know that
parking
name,
area
Deegan.
is. Brian Deegan. Yeah. And Jordan Burns. Jordan Burns is the drummer for Strung Out
Okay.
and NoFX,
To Justin.
and he owns Moto Triple X. Justin. So I got started with the whole Moto Triple X thing in about 95. And then Deegan ghost rode his bike off the jump at 1997 Supercross. That's what launched Metal Militia, which launched Freestyle, which launched it into X Games. And it was cool to be a part of it. And then going to Supercross on the 5th was like reignited all that shit for me.
Plus you guys
noticed.
Plus you guys were there early in the day. You guys were there all day, right? Weren't you guys there all day?
Jordy got there right in front of us. So.
Yeah. I was working, so I didn't have. I was in.
But
at SoCal.
it's a culture. It's something that's been in my blood forever. So it's like it reignites all that shit. It's like, oh god.
See, I've always
dirt bike
I never
now.
got into dirt biking. My brother had dirt bikes, so I used to ride a bunch. But I just like the high. I like high adrenaline in any sport. I used to do downhill mountain biking. I used to do BMX, like jumping and shit like that. Mountain bike jumping. That's how I got really hurt a lot.
Yeah, I got lots of.
I have a bunch
broken
of fractured
shit.
vertebrae in my spine. I got
Look
all
at
types
my-
of fun stuff.
Look at my hand. Look at my thumb.
Yeah.
It's. So I was coming off a jump.
when you shove it, when you shove it up her ass, you're supposed to tell her to hold still.
Yeah.
Because when she falls over, it kind of breaks your thumb.
I had a bike land on me. We're coming out of a jump, and
Oh, he told
I
me
remember
this.
seeing bike come up and landed on me. And basically, what happened was he landed on the handlebar, the right side of the bike, and then just snapped my freaking hand. Compound fracture. This bone was through the bottom of my glove, and I was on the ground. With the main thing, yeah, it was all.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get my glove off. I was like, oh shit, that's a problem. And then I broke my tib and fib. I mean, I freaking should have broke my collarbone like 10 times. Should have broke my neck about 10 times.
I'd say, oddly enough,
I probably had like 6 concussions, easy 6 concussions.
See, I've gotten more hurt in the
that was me in
dirt.
like a week.
I've got more hurt in the dirt than
Same here.
I have on the street.
Yeah, same here.
me too.
Same here.
Yeah, you can
Literally.
take some
But not dirt bikes.
You can take some dirt naps in the dirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Naps.
It'll
Yeah,
put you
for
down.
Sure. For sure.
You hit one rock, dude, it'll slam you, body slam you on the
Yeah.
ground.
Well,
like
look-
I hit a freaking rock. I came out of a wheelie and I hit a rock and I didn't see it. And the front end went that way and I went that way to the ground.
Jeez.
Poof!
Yeah.
Oh shit! You know what? Speaking of dirt bikes, because they're doing the Analog Grand Prix this weekend. It's coming.
Oh,
weekend.
yeah.
So they were there this past weekend, right? I'm practicing. Well, then of course the kid, the people have their kids out there, right? So we're teaching the range.
All these guys on dirt
I
bikes
get,
are wheeling and shit.
yeah, and these kids are like, because it's at the Adelano the Maverick Stadium,
Yeah.
right? And so it bumps up next to the dirt area where they
do the
have
rodeo.
like the rodeo thing. And so they're out there just power sliding and what have you. And I'm looking, and I told my son to see now. So do you have to wear gear just on the street, and like or do you have to wear it on the dirt too? And so I kind of like made them think.
Meanwhile,
I'm like, yeah, see
facing
these
the
kids.
opposite direction of the
see,
ring.
yeah, I'm like, see these kids over there. They're in the dirt. It's a lot softer than concrete, but they still need to wear gear. I'm like,
Yeah.
correct, right? And I go, yeah. I said, ACCAT. Did Jordy go over ACCAT? Did he say the acronym in classroom? They go, no. And I says, ACCAT. All the gear.
I went over all the gear. I forgot the act.
I says all the gear all the time. It's not part of the curriculum.
Yeah,
I'm just giving.
I went
Jordy-
over all the gear.
I'm just giving Jordy shit. But the
I'll
whole
remember
thing is
that moving
ACCAT,
forward,
all the
though.
gear all the time. And then same thing like when I tell my students in classroom 1, I said, okay, look, I'm going to give you another acronym. It's SCARF. SCARF. Smooth, calm, alert, relaxed, focused. You should ride like that every single time.
Yep.
And
STFS.
and I go through stuff. But anyways, so this kid that was sitting there doing power slides, that, like throughout
TFU. I know, like that wasn't right.
He was doing power slides throughout the day. He takes off and he's doing he just comes out and just does a wheelie and vroom, and I'm like going, oh, he's got way too much power.
bad.
I can hear it in the pipe. And boom, and he just went right back, dude. No gear. And all he had was a hoodie on.
Oh.
And it just went rap, boop. And he did the angel, right? Blam! Bike lands on his chest, bike pops off, boom, and I'm watching the whole thing. It happens to be, I just started looking at him at the same time. as Jordy started, I was already in my instructor position. Jordy just started bringing the students out. So I got the chance to watch this.
Yeah, so
and I'm
I'm
like,
facing the opposite direction.
and I'm like going, holy shit. And then the bike, boom, all he did was lay there.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I'm like going, oh yeah, and I'm thinking, well, shit, do I stop my students and run over there? And I didn't know if there was anybody else around.
Yeah.
Because he did it and nothing was happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like going, well, shit, maybe I should stop my students and
Freaking
run
wind
over
knocked
there
out of
and help this kid. All of a sudden, I just see like a crowd of like people running over to him. And we ran 2 exercises.
A crowd laughing their asses off.
And he was
going
still
over
just laying there.
Wow.
And then he finally got up and walked back to the trail. And that's when everybody started
Leaving.
leaving. And of course, where are they leaving?
They try to come through
Across our fucking
Across the
range.
range.
Oh my god.
Well, because in part of the range there's like dirt that makes it
There's
kind of
like
look
a dirt
So I
that
just
comes
took my
through.
car and I parked it right there.
I'm like going, geez, really? We're running an exercise?
Yeah.
Hello?
Not like when the students are on break. Like we're in the middle of bikes out.
Yeah,
on the
so
road.
now we're having to stop our students. Whoa, okay.
Whistle.
Okay, stop. What are you doing? And then every single one of them, I going, what? What? I mean, look at the flags. We have it all fenced off.
Yeah.
You know, like look, you're like going, and then like one guy yelled at me like, "Why do you have it all flagged off?" You know,
Because you're not supposed to fucking be here.
right? I just want to say, well, open your fucking eyes. I'm like, look, I'm sorry, my friend, you have to go back out that way. What does the guy do? He drives over my flags.
Oh god.
They were low enough at one point in the
on
day.
Sunday-
It was low enough.
Okay.
You know, but
On Sunday, we're right in the middle of SE or skill eval. That guy's jogging with his dog, decides to jog through the freaking riding
fuck.
range.
no way. While you're riding. Like, there we go. Hey,
Like,
Shit.
don't send the next rider. Wait till. Jeez. You kidding me?
and he probably waved at you.
He's got his head. He's got his headset. Running with his dog. Like, yeah, no worries. We'll wait until you jog through our riding area.
Maybe it was a guide dog.
Yeah.
God.
How fucked up with that?
So I bet
God.
that dude's feeling that
Oh yeah.
Think, do we
power,
have?
you
Do
know.
we have?
Oh
And
yeah,
not
you
having
know,
any gear
dude,
on.
his
Yeah.
back is just rashed
yeah.
the hell up because
Oh,
he
yeah.
hit that dirt. He did the angel. Then
Yeah.
his rib cage is feeling.
You know those-
That's what I always go through.
Those
that with my
little, I don't
students.
know whatever you call them. They're like crowd control barriers.
The yellow posts.
No, they're metal, like the crowd control barriers. You
Oh.
see, like you
Yeah.
put them together.
Okay, yeah.
We have those all the way around the riding
Almost like
range.
K-rails.
Yeah, because one to keep the bikes from going out into the street
Yeah.
because we're at Mountain and Verdugo and Glendale, and it's really a busy street.
Yeah.
So one to keep bikes from going in the street, but mainly to keep people from coming onto the range because it's
Right.
huge. And this freaking guy in a van comes on there's a back road in. We got the 2 barriers and 1 cone so that it's like a trail so people can walk through and ride their bikes, but they're off range. This guy in a van shows up, pushes all the shit out of the way, and comes on.
Oh my god.
I'm like,
Let me move this shit out of my way.
you know, with the whistle.
Yeah.
Stop. Everyone, where they're at. I'm like, dude, I go over there. I'm like, sir, do you can't drive out onto our riding range. There's a reason why this barrier's here. Oh, yeah, but I don't know how to get out. If you turn around and go on the other side of the building, you're going to find these little gates. They're open. Go. You need to exit there, please.
No, just go back where you fucking came in. You came in.
Yeah.
You know, find your way back where you came in.
No,
How hard
wanted
was
to go
that?
over there. It's right there. You freaking moron.
Yeah.
How funny.
We have any more
Jeez.
comments on there, Zig?
Yeah. Shut the fuck up already. You guys talk too much.
Yeah, Jim Bridge said we have fun in the bags. Yeah, he does.
I'm working at Cerritos Sunday. I've never worked there
Yeah,
before.
I have tattoos.
I'll have
too.
fun with that. Oh, there you go.
That's what I keep hearing.
Sweet.
Oh, see, my buddy would dig that one. He's on the clown.
I love
there's
the
my
drama
monster,
faces.
My monster teeth.
Yeah. I got that one in Hawaii.
You really do have one. Wow.
Yeah, I do.
So I try and get a tattoo every time we travel.
Why?
I'll get a tattoo everywhere we travel to.
That one I really can't explain. Anyway, Monster Mike, I guess, is what kind of the
Monster
story behind
Mike.
it.
I can explain every single one of my tattoos.
Oh, I can explain them all too.
All 95% of my back is covered.
Well, you
in
should be able to
explain.
explain your tattoos. You don't just get a tattoo.
My-
Right.
Just
You know,
because.
Some people
it's
do.
funny. Every time I'm going,
just do something.
all my ink is methodic.
Yeah, it's got a meaning.
But it's funny
Right.
when you walk in, people are going, I like this one, and then because they're going through the thing and they like that one, and they're getting what's like
What's on the wall?
Really?
Like, that's not why you get.
You want one that 10 million fucking people already have?
Well, I started getting
Right.
tattooed
Yeah,
right
my
before the
artist-
tattoo culture became, oh, hey, let's show everybody ink.
My artist that did most of this, you had to have a reason why.
Yeah.
He wouldn't
Yeah.
do anybody that
Same
come in.
with-
Oh,
same
just
with
do
mine.
something. No,
Yeah.
you need to go figure something out. Sketch something
Yeah.
out. Come in and I'll
Yeah.
draw something up.
Yeah,
so like
exactly.
when he did the flag, I wanted white, but he's like, white's not going to show up. I'll do blue, and I'm
Yeah.
Yeah, because you are white.
like, because I wear white. I'm like, but I don't know any better, so.
I just made sure that you knew you were white.
You know what, though?
so.
White shows up when you're sunburned.
It does.
Because I do have white in some of my tattoos, and when I get sunburned, that fucking white.
Yeah, it's the only time you see it, right?
And fortunately for me, my friend Phil, his sister married a pretty like renowned tattoo artist who used to tattoo like a bunch of the Lakers and base angels and shit. So he does my tattoos. But yeah, it's the same
Nice.
thing. He doesn't just. He's like, I fucking hate it because he works at a shop in Laguna Beach now. He goes, yeah, these people come in, these kids come in, they go, oh, I want that and I want that. It's like, why? Like he won't tattoo people like that. He goes, I won't tattoo him. He goes,
Yeah,
unless it's got a
what
meaning
this
and it means that, I won't tattoo somebody.
Yeah, but what
Yeah.
this
'Cause then
is,
they'll be back covering it
this
up.
is like stuff that we can do.
Yeah.
You know, that this gives you an idea what we, you know,
Right.
the talent. But come
Put
in,
your own
with,
twist to it.
come in with what if it's something you like, if you see something, don't go home and think about it for like and add to it for like a few weeks.
Right.
And so I like this concept,
Yeah.
but I want to twist it.
And think about what it really means.
You know what I
to you.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah, he did a gigantic
That's like-
dragon
like
on
this,
my back.
like my
He
Reaper on-
free-handed the skulls in the clouds and shit. It was
Like
cool.
my Reaper on this arm, if you notice that a lot of people have Reapers, but you know what it has he's holding an hourglass, and this is basically off of I got the idea from Led Zeppelin album when it had
What album is that? That's
and he's holding the lantern, he's holding the hourglass.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
thing, and what it says zig, and it has the hour, it has a sand
Nice.
going down. So you know, my time was
Yeah.
limited.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like everybody's time was limited.
Yeah, the Reaper on my back now has a tick mark in his sickle.
He's got a tick.
He's got a tick.
Tick mark.
Like my chest.
You know, like
piece
chalk one up to death.
Yeah, I
has
know.
to do with like
Yeah.
the during that period of my time where it was
Yeah.
just anger and pissed off at the world. You know, where it
Did-
says hard times come easy across my chest.
Did Justin have
So-
tattoos?
Nope.
And then it's about
Yeah, he didn't. He had none, huh?
Ah. Not that I don't think so.
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
I think I remember Dakota saying something about that because
Yeah.
Dakota has some tattoos.
Yeah, no. Justin did have tattoos.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
I don't
He
remember seeing
did
any.
or he did not.
did. I just don't recall what they were.
Oh wait, he did.
Yeah,
He did, but it was only like small.
yeah, it wasn't anything
Yeah, it
crazy.
He didn't go,
wasn't,
like, full
big.
back piece
That's
like
right.
me.
I have to. I remember now. He did show me. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, yeah, we need to do some more work.
Yeah.
Let me take you to my guy. Let's spend a day in the
At
fucking chair.
tattoo shop.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what, the
You know?
most
Yeah,
the most
the pain-
painful tattoo
Right here,
that I've
dude,
ever
this-
gotten was
This section right
on my
here,
calf.
Ooh, really?
Oh, see, I thought when you started going like this, I thought you were going to say you had it on your junk, dude.
No, on my calf. My calf
got
was
my
the most
tattoo.
painful tape.
Yeah, my side was the
Here,
most painful.
let me show you that. No,
You get the champ stamp there.
no, it's on the back of my balls.
Yeah, I did a samurai that goes from about halfway down on my back all the way to my ass cheek in one long, like 8 hours.
Wow, that's brutal.
Oh, dude, it fucking hurts. For 2 days, I was just
Yeah,
weak.
but I got addicted to the pain though. I like that burning, like that.
Yeah.
It's like
I didn't get addicted to that bang because when
I
I
like
hit the
the
tender
end-
spot on the side, oh my god.
I like the end result. I just like looking at
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like going, man. look
I'd
at
rather get
Hell
a
yeah.
tattoo than have
Forever.
road rash.
Well, at least until my body rots.
That's pretty
Yeah.
no brainer.
Well, I'm not gonna let my body rot. I'm going. Ashes.
Ashes. Yep, me too.
ashes,
Me
dust
too.
to dust. Yeah, or the like down here.
That's the wife's.
Dude,
I'm downstairs.
That one freaking fried my arm. It's like, whoa, that was burning.
All right. Well, you guys ready to shut it down?
Sure. Somebody just texted me and said,
I guess we're not.
Justin had dozens of tats. I am a tattoo artist.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Whoever just texted me, who is this?
Yeah, say how'd they get your number?
Text him back.
No, I know he had a couple. I remember that. No,
Yeah,
he had
I
a couple.
remember-
I was.
It's Michelle.
Oh,
Michelle just.
That's right.
Nice. I can't believe she's still listening to our dumbass.
So he
Michelle,
did.
I'm sorry. I just had to look at at who was texting me.
Oops. Sorry. I turned the volume up to play that one video.
That's right. I forgot she is
Justin
a tattoo
had many.
artist. Yeah.
Justin had many.
Had many. Yeah.
He had some nice tattoos. Sorry, he had some nice tattoos.
Have you been drinking?
He always.
Young man, have you been drinking?
He always had them covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always covered.
See,
It's like when people see my back all of a sudden, like at a pool party, they're like, "Oh my god, I never
When-
took you for the type of tattoos."
like when I met
"Why,
my
'cause I'm
wife,
so
she
fucking
didn't know
blue?"
because if I wear a long sleeve shirt, with my shirt down, like no one can see him. So,
Yep.
Because if you guys ain't gonna shut up, I'm gonna go take a piss.
I gotta take a piss too. So if you want to just go take a
Yeah,
piss,
we
I'll
just
not
Whatever you
shut
want
up.
to do.
Should we shut up?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, we probably should. I gotta get up.
Mom says,
in the
"Duh."
morning.
Right?
Wait, Dave. Bianco's back on. Go, let's stay another hour.
Oh, Bianco's back on. I have to leave when my wife
Oh,
gets
cool.
here.
I didn't know Michelle's a tattoo
Yeah, she's the artist.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you do color or black and white, Michelle? Because I know.
Okay, so you guys gonna keep on going too.
Well, I don't
Can
know.
I go take a piss?
Yeah, go
Yes,
take a piss.
take a piss. Yeah.
Because some artists are like good in black and white. Some prefer to do color.
Whoa.
So Justin had a tattoo of his dad
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
on his right arm.
I know he
Yes.
showed me that once a long time ago. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
It was back when like Michelle has pictures of me like 15 years ago.
That's
When I first started riding the first. 4 years.
crazy that you guys have known each other that long.
that's how I met
That's
them.
awesome.
That's how I met them. Was at Zorba's.
At Zorba's.
That guy with the car.
Uh-huh.
His bike night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Vince.
That's awesome, Michelle. She does everything but portraits. Very cool.
Portraits are really, really tough. There's
Yeah.
I follow this page, a tattoo page, and it's called Los Barragos Tattoo, and they're out in LA somewhere. But this guy does the most amazing portraits, and I don't think I've ever seen. I mean, like Kat Von D.
Yeah.
She does amazing stuff too. But man,
But
these
they're
guys out
freaking
there.
too much, dude. I mean,
Right.
you're paying for a name. They gotten like so big, you're paying for the name, and it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
okay,
Right.
that's a little
But if-
out of touch with
Check out this
normal
Los-
people's
if you
reality
ever
of money.
want a portrait. I mean, just some of the work this guy does, portrait wise, is just amazing. It's called Los Barragos Tattoo.
Some do like portraits of your, like take a picture of your dog and have a
Right, and have it
portrait
on
done
you.
on that
Yeah.
from.
Speaking
like
of
that,
dogs, I have to put my dog down tomorrow.
Oh, dude.
Tomorrow's going to be a really tough day for me. Boomer's 12 years old, and it's just, he's still
hear that,
so alive,
That sucks,
but
man.
quality of life is just really bad. I mean, he just lays around. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't swim anymore. He eats, he sleeps, he poops, he pees. He pees all over himself.
Oh, jeez. Hey, it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
It's usually called Saturday, right?
Cheers. But yeah. So anyhow, I'm giving a shout out to my dog right now, Boomer. I love you, little buddy. And
Yeah, fuck
or
the
big
wife.
buddy.
I'm shouting out to my dog.
To my dog.
You're an ass.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is he?
He's a lab. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Chocolate, white. Brown.
He was a white lab as a puppy, but turned out yellow.
Oh, okay.
And just been the most awesome dog that I've ever had, and it was really cool going over to Dakota's house, and I mean they have like 6 dogs.
Oh,
I think.
wow,
Correct
damn.
me if
Nice,
I'm
my kind
wrong,
of house.
Michelle. But the coolest freaking dogs that, I mean, when you walk into a house that has a bunch of dogs, you think that, oh man, these dogs are going to jump all over me, you know. But these dogs, they were all they just wanted to be petted, and they were the best freaking dogs ever. And you know, like they had a couple chocolate labs, they have a boxer, and I think a black lab, I don't know. But some of the coolest dogs I've ever met, and so well behaved. These dogs, Dakota snapped his fingers and the dogs fucking went outside. He didn't even have to speak. He just smacked his fingers. And
Nice.
it was awesome.
That's
So,
cool. That's way cool, man. Yeah, I'd have like
let's
50
see.
pit bulls if I could. If I had a room and
I love
the wife
pits.
would.
I love labs.
If the wife would let me, I'd have like
Oh,
50 of them.
Michelle said she breeds labs. Let me know when you need one.
Okay.
Dakota has 5, and 2 are chocolates that Michelle has bred.
Nice.
And they're beautiful. They have this almost like a Rhodesian Ridgeback. They have this curly hair on their back that I mean,
Nice.
it's very distinctive, you know.
All dogs have personalities. That's what's crazy. Is their personalities are just like people.
Yeah.
And you'll never find 2 alike, but they're just like my female. She's a freaking spazoid, but yet,
Wait, female and spazoid? That doesn't go in the same sentence.
well, whichever way, she's just a freaking bitch. She's a spazoid bitch. She's fucking high energy.
Oh,
Crazy.
Michelle, I loved being there.
And
visiting
my
you guys.
my
We'll-
male,
we'll
he's
be
like
back.
a couch potato.
Definitely.
He just his whole thing is he's a happy-go-lucky dog. He just wants to go meet everybody and every dog and every human, and just totally cool. Wants to just chill and sleep and eat. That's about all he does. But my female, shit, dude. When I was in shape running, I got to get back into it. But she'll run with me for like 10 miles.
Wow.
And then come home, she'll lay down. 15 minutes later, she's back up. Like, let's go again. I'm
Let's
like,
go again.
God,
Yeah.
just unbound energy.
That's the way
It's like
Boomer was
crazy.
when we bought Boomer for the kids when we first moved to Vegas, you know, 13, 14 years ago. 13. No. Shorter term than that. He's 12 and we bought him the first year we were there, so it was roughly 11 years ago. But I called the breeder and I said, "What do I do? You know, this dog is driving me freaking nuts." And I'd never owned a lab before, you know. I'd owned Rottweilers, I've owned Chows, I own
Ooh,
Akitas.
chows are fucking
Oh, the-
unpredictable.
Oh
Jesus.
man, the Chow was it was my challenge. Akitas, I've owned wolves. I had a couple of wolves, and
Sweet,
and
man.
actually those were my biggest challenge of any dog I've ever had. I mean, I had to train them to eat and not eat each other or me.
Oh shit.
And I
They're
literally
wild
had to
fuckers.
bite these dogs. And
Jesus
I
Christ.
put their bowls down, and they would start fighting, you know, for dominance. And I finally had to separate them. And the minute they would start to attack, I'd grab one of them and I'd bite them, and I'd stand by their bowl. And anytime they'd go to eat, I'd grab one of them and bite them to show that I was the master.
Christ.
Nice. No, that's good. Yeah, alpha.
Yeah,
You gotta be the
so
leader, the pack
I had
leader.
To distinguish myself as the alpha with these wolves, and one was pure white, and one was more German Shepherd colored.
That's awesome.
It was crazy. So, but yeah, Boomer, man. Tomorrow's just gonna be a shitty day, you know.
know that-
but
Yeah, that's,
Well, you're doing the best thing, but you know, I did to break up you guys as a dog, you know, deal is like it never fails, man. I'm taking a piss, and the cleaning ladies are here, and it's the same lady, older Mexican lady. She just comes in, and she just walks in. I'm sitting there taking a leak, and I'm the urinal, and she goes, "Oh,
¿Cómo estás, señor?
Yeah, just like, hey, how you doing? And just starts doing her thing, and I'm like, okay, well,
Whatever.
She was just in there.
This is how we do it.
oh, this is right now. So now if you go outside, it's gonna smell like bleach because she just like, oh hey, blah blah blah, and stuck me in and spraying and wiping down. I'm like,
We're working.
okay,
We have many jobs to do. You quick, hurry.
¿Cómo está?
Yeah.
Well, gee,
Michelle says that her labs, chocolate labs, they pass down that racing stripe, she calls it, to all of her pups, and it's really it's a wide stripe that goes down their back like a Rhodesian Ridgeback, and it's really curly. But both of their labs have it, and she said her mama passes it down to.
Oh, see, I missed all this. I have a wiener dog and a Chihuahua, so
Yeah, they're cute.
Jackson Tig, Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy, Jackson Tig. That's awesome. I like.
Well,
that.
I mean, because Tig he was the guy with the fucking big nose, right?
Yeah.
And then Jax was the Ling Raider. And
the Ling Reader.
The ringleader.
Yes. I think
I said it when it came out. I was hoping you wouldn't have fucking noticed it, but yeah, this fucking bastard. I heard it right away. But
took me a minute, but-
and then we had Opie. He moved to Oregon, so he's gone. But but he had one of those shaggy dogs that had like the,
like a
beard.
scruff.
Yeah. So it was like, we had Jax, Tig, and Opie.
That's awesome.
You know, weird story,
awesome.
real quick. My mom, when she passed away, her dog, my aunt took her dog back with her. We just couldn't have a small dog with our large dogs. We were like, it's not going to work out. So my aunt took my mom's dog back up to Paradise, obviously, where the fire was, right?
Oh, wow.
So the fires happen, and all of a sudden, we get a phone call at home. Beth answers the phone. It's animal shelter in Chico. Yeah, we have your dog here. Huh? So apparently, the chip, when they read it, came back as from my mom, but had our phone number attached to it.
Oh, wow.
So that was bizarre.
Wow.
And we're like,
that's cool, though.
So, yeah, anyway, they reunited the dog with the owner, but yeah, I guess they got separated somehow. But
oh, wow.
But we were able to call back. I called my aunt. I said, hey, Heidi's apparently at Chico Animal Hospital or shelter, and whoever adopted the dog, oh, man, I'll go let her know. Yeah, they've been looking for her.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's like,
that's
craziness.
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know about chipping my dogs. I know it's good, but they have the tags, so when they walk around the house, it's like jingle bells.
Yeah, something. But
little
dogs aren't as apt to run off and door dashes.
I'm all freaked out about the whole fucking Terminator thing. I mean, I think Terminator scarred me. Yeah, for fucking reals, dude. I'm not shitting you, dude. It just that whole thing is just like weirded me out. And like drones freak me out. They really do. I mean, when that's them flying around, Lee Parks, when I did the IRC and the ARC 1,
he's got a drone.
That's so cool. He had his drone out there. And
flying it around,
and you had to sign the waiver. Is it okay? If we do a drone, okay. I've never seen the footage of it, Lee. I've never seen the footage of it, but I was just like, going, no, I'm going to sign this. But man, this thing's freaking me out, man. It's like fucking Terminator, man. I'm okay. Go around and do the exercise, and all of a sudden, lasers start shooting at me or something.
Well, they used to use RC helicopters to do footage. Now they're using drones.
Yeah.
So speaking of Brian Deegan, they were jumping these jumps, doing freestyle shit, and Deegan jumped so high he went into the fucking helicopter and cut his arm open.
What?
Yeah, the blade of the helicopter.
No.
What?
Oh my God, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
That's
crazy.
Fucking arm open.
Can you imagine?
Wow.
Going to the prop of a fucking helicopter? Really?
We're hanging out in our
A little
backyard
too
one
low.
night.
Yeah.
And, the wash backs up to my property. So there's absolutely nobody behind me, for a ways. And all of a sudden I see this drone, and it's all zzz, you know, and I'm going, man, what if me and Mama are getting busy one night and this freaking drone is right there
You
at
got a
my
shotgun?
bedroom window, you know?
Yeah.
I got a shotgun. Fix that.
I got that.
Well,
Yeah,
shotgun.
yeah.
I mean, that's
You
not
come
gonna.
into my property.
No, I think like a good fucking rifle. You know,
I'll
break out
It's
my
ground to air.
I'll break out my AR or my 45 carbine.
Sam.
Just put the scope on, like okay,
Boom.
bang, boom. There you go.
Yeah, like fly away,
I bought
fucker.
Because those things ain't cheap either.
Yeah.
For a good one, it's not
No.
cheap.
Oh, yeah.
1,500, $1,600.
But you know, I had a Mike Kaiser. He used to be my engineer. He's all into the drones, and he wanted to go to the track day with me and my boys and have his drone. You know, and you don't want to know what he had to have insurance, $1 million policy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, in case he crashed the drone into somebody.
So the $1 million policy was going to cost him like $400 or something
shit.
like that, right? But it's there. Yeah, they're like, yeah, you can have it, but it's going to cost you. We have to have $1 million insurance policy.
That's weird.
Whoa, really? He's like, oh yeah, fuck that. But I mean, I'm wondering if Cali Photography. Well, because you guys do track days. We do track experience. I need to hit them up and say, hey, well, you guys can do some like drones out there and like have, you know, like some actual like above footage, you know,
Right.
and down low and you know, just all that kind of cool shit. I love the photography.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've got a lot of memories, you know, and I
You got really stupid money. The drones nowadays can
They
follow
follow
you on
you.
your app.
Yeah.
yeah.
That would be cool, man. Like,
Yeah.
well, especially off-road or
Yeah, but they
speed
wouldn't
on
be
the
able
street,
to
yeah.
follow you because they can't go as fast as you. But yeah, they will
To a
follow your
point,
motion.
yeah.
Kelly Photos.
Well, no, you're
doing
on a
video
track,
now.
so they would be able to because you're still doing bends. You know
I
what
bet
mean?
you if you
Yeah,
had
that's
enough money,
true.
you could find one to follow you
Yeah.
at speed.
Well, you
Kelly-
just set
Kelly
it high
Photos
enough to where it
they do
follows you up
videos
at a
now.
certain height.
They provide videos now at Kelly
Yeah,
Photo.
yeah, they do. But I mean,
and
it's like you're
slow-mos and
you're
stuff like
doing,
that,
but you're
certain
doing that one
corners.
corner because I
Right.
know Christy had one taken of
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Because you guys did the film Waller. That
Film
that
Waller.
one you that's
Yeah.
the one that they did, right?
Yeah.
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 And I like Cali Photography. They do really good stuff.
If you guys want to watch an awesome documentary, it's Brian D.
Actually, you know what? I
Where he
actually
ghost rode the freaking bike out the finish line. But
hey, I've already got one of you. It's the one I posted on the post for tonight.
I saw that. I told Chris
That's a
Hayes-
great.
There's
I'm
none of me.
gonna
picture.
print that one out. I have a printer and I have a laminator, so I'm gonna start doing my track wall.
Okay.
And when you walk into my shop, so
Perfect.
send me one that you want. I've already gone through your profile and I was saying, you know, there's quite a few. But you send me the one you want. I want to put one up.
is with me, Adam, and Lee.
Well, just send it to me.
Oh,
Send
dude,
it. Send me
that's
me
a
that
great
photograph.
picture.
I will print it out and I will laminate it.
What
and I'll
makes
put it
that so awesome? I had no idea they were behind me.
Oh.
I didn't know they were following
That was a
me
great
like that.
picture.
I thought they were just
Yeah.
they caught up to me and blew by me. I didn't know that. Yeah, Adam's like, oh yeah, dude, we were following you for like at least 3 or 4 turns, just trailing you, and I'm like, that's fucking cool.
And then you need to send me one too.
Yeah.
Jordy.
Yeah.
I don't have any of me at the track.
Have I shown you that picture?
What? Yeah, you
Somebody.
do.
I mean, it was on whoever was taking pictures of our PDW.
My favorite picture of me is on my RC51.
No, there are. Well, then send me one.
You didn't download
older
any of those pictures that Charlie.
It doesn't have to be at the track.
I must not have saw him.
It doesn't have to be at the track. If you got one on your RC51, send it to me so I can put it up in the shop.
Yeah. It's my favorite picture.
Okay, well then there.
I like that one of you though. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
put that
That's
one
the
out.
best picture I've ever taken.
That's a great picture.
I agree. You can't see your face.
Exactly.
Oh,
Oh my
That's right.
god.
but I want to.
I
You know,
deserved it.
anybody else is that's actually still. We're just like sitting there burning up fucking air.
I know.
It's like almost 11 o'clock.
Oh,
We're like,
is it
"You
really?
Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Unless
But
Charlie-
send me pictures and I'll put your
I
picture
gotta
up
go
on my
see
shop.
the cleaning lady for a minute.
Oh, shit.
This is cool, dude. Christie's Community.
Yeah, that's her. That's
No, the cleaning lady's done with the bathroom.
What is that?
that. Christy's a realtor.
Okay.
And she's like, how do I brand myself? And so she came up with Christy's Community, and then I came up with the design. I'm all, well, we want to target the motorcycle community.
Right.
Is really what she wanted to target.
Oh.
And so I said, well, we need to incorporate like a house and a motorcycle, and so
Right.
I drew up, like a road coming into a
The
house.
garage, yeah.
That
is awesome.
And so they couldn't quite do what I drew up, so
Yeah.
they did that.
That's
so
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's kind of we stole the lettering kind of from Track Days. So if you look at it, it's kind of
Similar.
Track Day riding similar, But yeah, so that's her brand, and
Very cool.
And unfortunately, the real estate market's kind of been in the tank lately. you
Yeah.
know? So, but we keep pushing it out there for her, and anybody out there needs to buy or sell a house or needs to flip a house, let us know.
There you go.
We'll let you go. Yeah.
Well, and go ahead. Well, it wasn't the real estate market isn't as bad as it was prior.
no.
Yeah,
Back when it took a tank.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish it would
and
take a
people
tank
were,
again.
were like sitting in their cars, like going, "Okay, that's it."
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
I wish it would go.
Trump
that bad again.
2020.
Trump.
Keep that
Jordan's looking at me like,
the entire economy going. Just saying.
yes. Yeah.
Not to make it political, but anyways, you guys
I'm
ready?
not political. I'm ready. You ready to do this?
Born ready.
All right. Well, maybe we should wait till at least Mike,
Till Mike comes back.
so he can say goodbye.
Now I hope the housing market takes another tank. Then I can
No,
go
you
buy.
don't.
Then I can go buy a house cheap. Well, no, not for
Yes.
your wife's sake, but for my sake.
What is all this stuff Mike's got on his jacket?
CMSP.
No,
stuff.
that is the earlier. That is the previous.
I think he had it sewed into his jacket, didn't he?
No. That is the previous vest during the previous curriculum. They had that. That was the vest. Jeez.
You're a dick.
Yeah.
What they
Mike.
did is they brought that out and they said, okay, now all the instructors have to wear that vest. So that's the previous one, and I like that. I have one. Because I need to lose some weight for it to fit better, which is why I'm on my whole low carb thing right now. But I like the new one too. I use the new one, and and they mentioned like Bobby sent out an email saying, hey, you know what, the CHP's been out. They noticed that the instructors are not using their vests when they're teaching.
Yeah.
What I did is I says, you know what?
I use the yellow shirt.
What I did notice, Bobby, is that one, they're using their vest because we have to wear the shirt.
Right.
Yeah.
We have the shirt. It's hot.
hot.
So
Yeah.
but if you notice, I says one thing I do notice is that a lot of the instructors have that vest over their jacket that they wear to do demos, and they have it on their jacket when they ride, just like Mike Alpine. I know I do,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he does.
I
you know?
wear mine over my
The new,
jacket.
the brand new vests are awesome, dude. They're
Yeah,
so
yeah, and
comfortable.
it's on
love
it.
the new
It's like the instructors might not be using it like to teach while they're.
I'll be
in a-
wearing it tomorrow over my rain suit.
but they do wear it when they're out riding, which is probably the best time to use it because now they're out there in the public, you know, not just on an enclosed range, where people aren't seeing
Yeah, the
it.
people that are already taking the
I
glass.
do really like the new vest.
I love them.
I just wish I had a pocket up front rather than
Oh, yeah.
this pocket you can't reach in the back.
You sort of can. I
Sorta.
I leave it open and I
Sorta.
do it.
I
this
sort of
way.
don't
put-
bother.
But is it safe?
I think so.
This fucking guy.
No, it's because we're fat guys, and
Right. And we
there's
can't
a
reach
difference.
behind
You might be able to reach it, but I can't. I didn't even know there was a pocket back there. I've never
Are you
even
a
tried.
T-Rex?
That's why I was saying, Oscar, scratch my back. Scratch my back.
Oh, can you get my water bottle out of my back pouch?
So I have a back scratch.
It's like raining right here,
Back
dude. I'm like,
scratcher!
freaking
No,
dot.
but
where we're at.
I really do like my new
Yeah,
vest.
jeez.
My wife, she tells me, she says, honey, you look sexy in your vest. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Wear that. Come here
Yes.
and wear that.
Just make sure you're wearing pants too.
You naughty little girl, you.
Well, your wife's supposed to be coming and pick you up.
She is. Yeah. Somebody,
He's gonna walk out. She's like going, remember that comment? Have fun walking home, bitch. I'm not taking you home. I'm gonna leave your ass here.
Where do you
Not
live?
here yet. Ranch, Haven, basically Haven 210.
Yeah, just off the
Rancho Haven.
Yeah,
Rancho Haven.
I live
Rancho Haven?
Rancho.
actually by American Mike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could have caught a ride home with American Mike, but he left too early.
He has to go to Reno.
Pussy.
Actually, well, you're Haven, and he's not. Yeah, well, he
He's
is.
just past me a little bit. Yeah,
because he's over by.
Well, it's funny. So Zig moved out here further for you guys, but closer for me. So thanks, Zig.
right. Oh man, when they were down at 6th and Haven, or 6th and Hermosa, it was like 5 minutes from my house. It was perfect. I could have coasted a bicycle down there and been there in 10 minutes. No problem.
And then struggled back.
Right, and then struggled back.
I lived off of Hermosa in Church when
Okay, that's perfect.
when I lived in Rancho.
I like Rancho. I mean, where we live, when you guys all get to come up there, it's a cool place.
Had a big-ass backyard
I'm
and-
very fortunate.
All right, well, we're gonna have to do with the barbecue. We'll do the track thing.
Yeah.
Okay, have the track meeting.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyways, really appreciate everyone chiming in. We are like going on to 11 o'clock, so this is turning into a 4-hour show.
Christ.
But
we did a show in a show,
right?
Yeah, we kind of
But
covered it all.
I think we've we've covered a lot of ground and showed a lot of respect to our brother Justin, also to the family. Mom Michelle, Cassie,
Michelle,
and
Cassie, Dakota.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Saturday. I wish it was under better circumstances.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to keep my chin up, and I'll see you guys. We'll ride. We're gonna ride there.
I'll keep my front wheel up. How's that?
Yeah,
I need to figure out how to get some. I need to figure out how to get some white.
Just
on my
do
bike.
it just for the fuck of it, Hey, Brent,
Just a
But
little one.
I'm. It's going to be a bittersweet moment. I'm kind of prepping myself. I've taken myself out of my funk, and I'm looking at positive things. But I think that whole situation is going to just really, it's going to be hard. But it's going to close. At least
It'll close one door.
Yes,
maybe,
you know what I mean. Just so I can have closure, and then move on, and just always have the memory with me. Yeah. And I'm going to be wearing my instructor vest every time I teach. So, anyways, everybody, thanks for chiming in. We appreciate the support. Love everybody.
Much love.
All right, guys.
Be safe.
Except for Chris.
Be smart.
Oh, and actually next Monday, the Zig Zone is going to have my buddy's band coming in, so it's going to be
one for you,
awesome. Yep.
Yes.
One for you, and one for you, and one for you. And
So, anyways, everybody, stay blessed. Love everybody, and remember, always say I love you before you say good or after you say goodbye.
Yep. Regardless of whether you're mad at somebody or not, always say I love you.
Yep.
And Chris and I never go bed mad with each
No,
other.
we never go to bed.
All right, guys, we're out of here.
All right.
Peace.
See ya.